The Marble Falls Mustangs are back home as they welcome the Stephenville Jackets to town this evening. How you doing? Ben Shields, Kevin Verdell with you. And Stephenville Yellow Jackets, they are a perennial power in the state of Texas. They've been one since Art Briles arrived there about 30 years ago in the 90s, and ever since then they have been a powerhouse, and they continue to be one. They are 6-0 on the season. The Mustangs come in at 3-4. And Stephenville, they're still having their this is actually their first district ball game as they got a bye last week. But the Mustangs coming off of a tough district opener and that rival matchup against the Bulldogs, losing 35-14. They were within 7 there late in the third quarter before the Bulldogs pulled away. But Kevin, as you got a very tough Stephenville team coming here tonight, what do the Mustangs hope for?
Well, I think all you can hope for, and just tell your kids. I would assume you probably keep the game plan very simple, and you just want them to go out and play hard, fast, and you know you've got a big challenge in front of you, but just try to rise to that occasion. And again, you just want the kids to play hard and fast, and not worry about making mistakes against the number 2 ranked team in 4A Division I here that we're playing tonight in our district, but. As I was walking in, and we were talking about this, every week in the state of Texas, there's kind of a David and Goliath situation here, and we kind of have that a little bit here this evening. And so, anything can happen. That's why you play the game.
That's right. That is true. That's why they play the game, because you never know what can happen. You have turnovers and just some weird stuff happen. But it'll be a good challenge for the Mustangs this evening to see how they can hang with the Stephenville Yellow Jackets. And last year, Stephenville took the ball game 63-0. That was their final year of playing their home games at Tarleton State, and now they've got their own Taj Mahal on campus there. And David, who works with Victory Media, was there last night, said that that facility was just state of the art.
Yeah, he was telling us some stories about that place, and so maybe if we're still in the same district and we make that trip next year, if it's up there next year, we'll have to enjoy that experience. So
it's named after Art Briles, of course, the head coach at Stephenville there in the 90s and early 2000s, and then later became a household name at Baylor. Now he's a Horseshoe Bay resident.
That's right. Yep. I think he keeps a pretty low profile, but you do see him out every once in a while. So.
Yes, you do. All right, so it's the Mustangs and the Yellow Jackets last week. We were able to see last week's game against Burnett.
I was there, Ben. I was able to make it over to Burnett and enjoy that game. And, we're pulling for the Mustangs all the way, like you said, till kind of middle to late third quarter there, and just kind of some things kind of just started kind of unraveling for us, and Burnett kind of seized the momentum there and, took control of the game there in the late third quarter and fourth quarter there. And we just couldn't rebound, but, saw a lot of good things last week from the Mustangs, and, we were right there in it, trading blow for blow there in the first half, and it was a very exciting first half for us.
This is something, too, that Coach Timmerman, he'll talk about in his interview here in just a little bit, but this is what week 8, and week 7, week 8, and they haven't had a bye yet. Most teams have already had a bye, so I know that after this week, they may be looking forward to getting a week or two off just to be able to heal up a little bit.
I think so. It is just kind of how the schedule fell this year for us. That we hadn't had that bye week yet, and we've had a few injuries, and we've had to kind of work through that at this point. But I think the bye next week will come at a good time and kind of prepare us for that last little hill to climb there for the last 2 district games in district play. And everything's still on the table. I know last week's defeat, you don't want to lose that opening district game, but, everything's still kind of on the table for us. We still got our goals in front of us, and, the playoffs are not out of the question yet, so there's still a lot to play for. We don't need to hang our heads. We need to just continue to keep fighting and see what happens.
All right, so about 25 minutes away from the kickoff between the Mustangs and the Yellow Jackets, and just before we came on air, the Marble Falls Mustang Marching Band was on the field with the Marble Falls Middle School band, so they got a chance to play with the high schoolers, and I'm sure that was a thrill for the youngsters at the middle school this evening.
Oh, that's always a fun evening. Get to be under the Friday night lights, and those kids, they're wide-eyed and enjoying every minute of it tonight.
And another thing that you'll hear tonight at Mustang Stadium is I think Stephenville likes to use a train horn.
They have a very big train horn, and I'm glad it's way on the other
Yes,
side from us.
you
Been
can
tonight,
see it
we're
from here.
inside a little bit. We got glass here. We're not open windows here. So, but hopefully, knock on wood, maybe they don't blow that very much tonight.
The defense
and
can keep them out of the end zone. Won't have to worry about the train horn going off, and I'll be sure not to be startled when that thing, if it's fired off tonight, not be startled.
Yep.
All right, so both teams in the locker rooms now as they got their warm-ups in, and we'll be getting pregame festivities underway here in just a minute. Again, the Mustangs at 3-4 on the season and get a bye week next week, and then they will be back in action on the road in 2 weeks against the Lampasas Badgers before they wrap up the regular season in 3 weeks right here at Mustang Stadium against the Brownwood Lions, who felt like that was an upset last week. They defeated Lampasas.
I think a lot of people had anticipated Lampasas kind of winning that game. And early on in the season, we were kind of looking at scores, without seeing box scores and knowing what's really going on. But, Brownwood kind of got off to a slow start there. I think they lost their first 2 or 3 games there. But it seems like here in the last couple of weeks, maybe they found a little bit, and maybe that's what we saw last week against Lampasas. So,
yeah, they got out of the I think they got a new coach, and he's not in the Brownwood coaching tree either.
that's always a different fit, so maybe it took him a few weeks to kind of settle in and find a spot there. And again, you never know what's really going on up there until Coach Stephenville probably knows. We're just the Monday morning quarterbacks up here talking
That's
about
right.
it, but you can kind of just see based on scores and who they're playing and how the competition's going. But I think last week was a pretty good week for the Lions.
It definitely was. The Bulldogs, they're taking on Lampasas this evening, so we'll see how the Bulldogs fare in that ball game as they go 20 miles north to take on the Badgers this evening. All right, we're just getting started this evening. Going to take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from Marble Falls head football coach Kerry Timmerman. He'll take a peek back at last week's game, and then he'll look ahead to the Stephenville Yellow Jackets, and he'll talk about a little bit about going into the bye week as well. So just getting things going this evening at Mustang Stadium. It's KBEY 103.9. Ben Shields and Kevin Verdell with you. Mustang Stadium district matchup this evening in Marble Falls. Stephenville makes the long trip south to take on the Marble Falls Mustangs. And Kevin, as we get closer, about 14 minutes away, you've got some of the youngsters and Crawford Maddox again last week, and he went out late in the ball game. Got to see Anderson Liscombe's son. We'll see who we see this evening for the Mustangs, but I also like the way Diego Aguilar has been coming along the last few games.
Yeah, I mean, what he brings to the table is he's got speed just like his older brother, and speed can kill sometimes, and that's when we kind of do a little change of pace. I mean, Joaquin, over the years, when he was about his younger brother's age, when he first kind of showed up on the scenes, he had that speed. Not that he's lost that speed, but he's bulked up some. He's gotten better at running between the tackles, and so you kind of got a little two-headed monster there with what they can bring. But both of them have been great for the offense when they've both been in there and taken the opportunities when they've been in there and had the ball handed off to them.
And another thing that makes a difference, too, for the Mustangs is you can use Diego more on offense and let Joaquin get some rest and play defense, and that's what's happened the past couple weeks.
It is. He came up with a big interception there in the first half against Burnett last week. So,
yeah.
And I think at this point in the season, when every play counts and every game counts, you're wanting to get your best athletes on the field and put them in the best positions to help both either your offense or your defense, and use them use their abilities to the benefit, and take advantage when you can.
The last 2 weeks, the Mustangs have been going to a lot of two-back sets, and that has seemed to get the offense going some.
It does. I mean, it just gives an extra added blocker in there for whoever's going to end up with carrying the rock there, and kind of my old school approach. I like seeing a blocker in there for your running back.
You like to see some power, right,
That's
Kevin?
right. That's right. So, you're probably matching up number-wise with numbers in the box. If we're counting that, if we're looking at that, and we've got an extra blocker in there, we should have numbers on our side there, because then the defense is having to bring somebody down from the secondary. So that should be in our favor there if we're going and using that two-back look.
All right, so here's what the season looks like for the Mustangs so far, as the Marble Falls Mustangs come in at 3-4 on the season. Defeated Crockett to kick off the 2025 campaign, 48-0. Lost to a very good Gerald team, 41-7. Lost to Llano, 50-18. Got a win against Brackenridge, shut them out, 59-0. Lost to a good Lavernia squad, 63-21, although I like what the offense did that game. And then 2 weeks ago against Devine, they defeated the Warhorses 36-14. And then the tough loss to Burnett last week, 35-14.
Yeah, going through that schedule, I mean, we've played some really good teams, so we shouldn't necessarily be surprised going up against the Stephenville team, because, I mean, we came out and battled Llano early on in that game. We kind of got our teeth knocked in a little bit early on against Gerald, but we hung in there and kind of fought back there towards the end. And then, Lavernia has a very strong team as well, too.
Yes.
So, I mean, we've played strong competition. We know what that looks like, so we shouldn't necessarily be surprised coming into this game. I think we just need to settle down, take a deep breath, and just kind of keep it simple, like I said earlier, and just take the fight to them. Don't let them take it to us first. So
Lavernia was a state semifinal team last year, so they're definitely nothing to sneeze at, a very good team. Here's what the season looks like for the 6-0 Stephenville Yellow Jackets. They were on a bye last week, so this is their first district game of the season. They start off the season with a win, 28-7, and that was against Midlothian Heritage. And then the following week, they defeated Everman 45-0. They defeated Godley 45-6. They beat Abilene Wiley 52-13. A win over Waco La Vega 54-28, and then beat Ruston 2 weeks ago 28-12, and I believe that's Ruston out of Louisiana too, right?
Yeah, that's correct, Ben. Yep.
I think last year they lost to them, so
I think they were probably looking for a little revenge this year against them. So,
and they got it against the team from Louisiana, and that's where the Stephenville Yellow Jackets look like coming off of a bye, and we are getting closer to the kick, about 10 minutes away. As we've got everything set up. The cheerleaders and the dance team waiting for the teams to come out on the field, and no surprise, but Stephenville travels really well.
Yeah, visitor stands are pretty well filled up, and got their band here, and actually got some. It looks like a big student section there on our last set of stands there on the visitor side.
They brought a lot of signs. They like signs.
They've got their signs. They've got their propane bottles filled with rocks, and then of course the traveling train horn.
Train horn. So again, if you hear that during the broadcast, that is what you're hearing is a train horn. All right, so let's see what the weather's going to be like tonight. Marble Falls High School senior Jackson Heath has our weather. Take it away, Jackson. Ben Shields and Kevin Verdell with you here at Mustang Stadium, and you can hear those propane tanks with the rocks in it all the way out here.
Yeah, that's
across the way.
Coming from the student section over there, you can definitely hear them, and I'm sure we'll hear them most of the night.
Here throughout the evening here at Mustang Stadium, and so both Marble Falls and Stephenville out onto the turf here. Mustangs getting some last-second calisthenics, wearing all purple this evening. Purple jerseys, purple pants, white numerals, and they've got their gold helmets. Traveling white unis, dark pants for Stephenville with dark numbers and yellow lettering. And here they come onto the field first. Here comes Stephenville. So they've got a tunnel and a run through to go through here on the turf.
A little bit of everything for those Yellow Jackets.
Everything's bigger in Stephenville. All right, so here's Stephenville on the turf. Mustangs about to make their way through the big Mustang from the south side of the stadium. Thank you for joining us this evening before the Mustangs get a week off next week, before they finish up the regular season. Hard to believe, just 2 games left.
Yeah, after this, yes, it's gone by so fast. So, you wait all year for it to start, and you think it's just going to take, you're going to play football forever. And here we are already in week, what is this, 8?
Week 8.
Week 8 that we're talking
after
about.
Tonight, so. two regular season games left. Hard to believe, but I feel like I say that every year, Kevin.
I know. It's amazing how fast it flies by. I mean, this week was halfway through October already.
Wow.
It's
part of it's the heat too when it's 90 degrees.
Yes, the heat is doesn't help. So
no, it doesn't.
We definitely need those cold fronts to start coming through our area.
I'm more than ready for that. And here come the Mustangs as the LED lights are working here at Mustang Stadium this evening. And we've got the youngsters, some of the youth league for the Mustangs, tackle football, running on the field this evening with the Mustangs.
Yeah, it's always good to see them, keep them involved. Coach Timmerman does a good job with that.
He does. All right, so both teams have made their way onto the turf, so that means we are getting closer to the coin toss for Marble Falls and Stephenville. I want to thank our sponsors really quick. First United Bank, Hill Country Collision, Lakeshore Church, Ewald Kubota, and IBC Bank. Coach Timmerman on the turf, talking to the official, shaking hands. Coach Kerry Timmerman in his second year as the head coach for the Marble Falls Mustangs. Coming from Austin Vandergriff as the receiver coach and passing game coordinator for the Vipers. First responders getting honored this evening at Mustang Stadium. Good to see them get recognized.
Got quite a few of them out there.
We do.
I guess that would be the south end zone right there.
But they're on the goal line about, let's say 20 to 30.
Every day, these brave men and women stand ready to protect and serve us.
All right, so the Mustangs with the purple jerseys, so the black pants. They're wearing black pants this evening.
I think we've seen that combination this year. I think it was, was it the homecoming game earlier this year?
I believe so.
We saw that color combination there. So.
4 captains for the Mustangs, and you're going to see Crawford Maddox, Doak Timmerman out there. Joaquin Aguilar,
the first responders who
as
take
well
our
as
community,
Raul
who
Moran,
make our
the 4
community
captains for the
stronger
Mustangs.
every day.
So the first responders getting a standing O from the crowd here at Mustang Stadium. Crowd filling in here for the Mustangs. All right, so about to have the coin flip here. Stephenville with their 4 captains this evening.
Captains for tonight's game for Stephenville, number 13,
Colton
Brian-
Dirth,
Brian
number
DeVivo.
70,
Number 19, Jaden Lujan.
as well as number 45,
Number 45,
Hudson Bushi.
Bucci.
Number 19.
And number 70, Colton Dirk.
All right, number 19 here is going to be Jaden Lujan.
And
For,
number 13.
all right, thanks for helping me see those numbers there, Kevin. Number 13 is Brighton DeVivo for
And number 58,
the Stephenville Yellow Jackets. All right, so having the coin flip there at the running Mustang at midfield, and the coin toss is going to belong to,
Looks like the Mustangs.
looks like Marble Falls has won the toss. So looks like Doak said we want to receive the ball, at least from up here. I think that's what I saw, yep. So the Mustangs win the toss and have elected to start on the offensive side of the ball. So the coin toss goes with the Mustangs, and Marble Falls will try to get the momentum going there on the offense. So the captains shake hands, and we're about ready for some football here in Marble Falls. Mustangs going to be working left to right to begin this ball game.
At this time, we ask you please stand for a moment of silence for all our first responders.
All right, so as the rest of the Mustangs stand at the numbers, wait for the captains to get back, we're going to go back to the studio and play the national anthem. As we get ready for Marble Falls and Stephenville, back to the national anthem here on KBEY. The two Aguilars and C.J. Alexander back to return. This one's going to be About 8 yards deep into the end zone, going to be a touchback, and Marble Falls will have it at the 25 to begin tonight's ball game.
Yeah, as we saw in at the center field earlier with the coin toss, little different strategy tonight with Coach Timmerman winning the toss. Usually we like to go on defense first, but sure, why not mix it all up tonight and let's go on offense and let's see what we can do.
See if you can get something cooking early on here against the Stephenville defense. A big defensive line for the Yellow Jackets. Mustangs huddling up on the sideline. Ball sits at the 25 on the left hash as the Mustangs working left to right here to get things going.
Quarterback in front of Mustangs, number 5, Crawford Maddox.
Crawford Maddox out there for Marble Falls. He'll be in the shotgun. You'll have 3 receivers bunched to the left here on the first down from scrimmage. Snap back to Maddox. Hand off to Joaquin Aguilar up the middle. Get some positive yardage. He'll take it out to the 28-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup. Second down at 8 for the Mustangs.
Hey, keep the ball on the ground. Positive yards on the first play from scrimmage there. Good way to start the game right there.
Going forward as opposed to backwards, and the Mustangs. Right now you see Crawford Maddox going to the sideline to get the call. We'll see if he does that every play here this evening. That'll be interesting.
A little different strategy. Again, put the offense out there. Keep the ball out of Stephenville's offensive hands and control the clock as much as you can. A little different strategy. We'll see how long we'll keep that play calling up.
Trips right side for the Mustangs on second down and 7. Maddox going to run himself left side. Finds a small hole, and he crosses the 30 before he hits a wall of Jackets at the 31. He's going to get about a 3-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Mustangs.
Yep. Another 3 yards in a cloud of dust. We can live with that. Positive yardage on both first 2 plays of scrimmage there, and yep. Looks like Crawford might get a full workout tonight. If
he's jogging back to the
sideline to get that play.
Gets it from Coach Timmerman. So the Mustangs were playing keep away in the early going, and a manageable 3rd down and 4 for Marble Falls with 10:37 and counting on the clock here. Again, trips right side for Marble Falls. Aguilar, that's Joaquin, the running back, and the shotgun with Maddox. Maddox has a snap. Swing pass out to the right. It was tipped at the line and intercepted at the 15, the 10, the 5, and what a play. He tipped it up in the air, and then he was bobbled it and able to take it in himself. That's going to be Jackson Richmond, big number 0, the defensive lineman, at 6'5", 220, tipped it, and then took it in himself 20 yards.
Yeah, I didn't see who we had on our right tackle over there, but he just kind of did a bull rush and got in Crawford's face, tipped it back to himself, and took that one back to the house.
Wow, 25 yards for big number 0, Jackson Richmond. Stephenville up early, 10:20 to go here in the first, up 6-0 after the pick 6. Not often you see that from a defensive lineman. Now you saw number 0 for the Mustangs do that 3 weeks ago against Lavernia. Caleb Bielfeld almost did that for the Mustangs. Here comes the extra point try. It's up, and it is good, and the Jackets lead early, 7-0. We'll keep it here. So a minute 40 off the clock, and the Mustangs had a couple positive yards, but an aggressive defensive lineman able to get the pick 6.
Yeah, I mean, not much you can say about that.
Yeah.
That's just all athleticism there by the defensive end there for Stephenville, getting his hands up because he didn't quite all the way get to Crawford. Crawford had time to throw the pass, but just threw it kind of in his hands. He got his hands up, tipped it to himself, and took it to the house. It's just a very outstanding play by the defensive end there for Stephenville.
Sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
You do. And, you know, that's unfortunate. We don't like that happened. It's early in the game. We still got plenty of time. Let's not get rattled. Let's not get flustered. Let's just, let's get back to our game plan. I see what we're doing. Let's just continue to do that. We're only down by 1 score right now, and, let's get back to the game plan.
C.J. Alexander stands at the goal line. Here comes the kick. This one's going to be about 2 yards deep. C.J. bobbles it, and he's going to bring it out. He brings it out. He's at the 5, and then he's hit hard at the 6-yard line. So he bobbled it about 2 or 3 yards deep, decided to bring it out, and he's brought down at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, that's probably the nerves there, and probably should have just been wise to nil it in the end zone and started at the 25. But we're at the 6, and let's go to work.
All right, so the Mustangs have it for the second time here. with 10:16 to go in the first quarter, and Stephenville with the early lead at 7-0. All right, so here's the offense back out there. Crawford Maddox in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Hand off up the middle, Joaquin Aguilar. Not much there, maybe a yard to about the, well, they'll give him the 6, so no gain. Yeah. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Got back to the line of scrimmage there.
So very good, tough defense the Mustangs facing this evening in Stephenville.
You know, the Stephenville defense, front four on that. I mean, they weren't just teeing off and penetrating our offensive line. They were just kind of standing up and waiting for Joaquin to get to the line of scrimmage. But
they held their ground.
They just held their ground, but so did we. We just need to make some holes there for Joaquin.
2nd down and 10. Ball back to Maddox. Handoff Joaquin. He slipped as he tried to make his cut, and he'll lose a yard because of it, just losing his footing. And it's actually, they're going to say down at the 4, so a loss of 2. And it'll be 3rd down and 12 coming up for the Mustangs.
Like to get some, of course, you like to pick up the 1st down here, but let's see if we can get some positive yards and get out from the back of our end zone.
All right, so it's a 3rd down and 12. Mustangs looking for some positive yards and some breathing room here. Down by a touchdown in the early going. All right, so 3 receivers split to the right on 3rd down and long. Joaquin to the right of Maddox. Handoff Joaquin. Has some room left side, but then he's wrapped up quickly at the 7. Gets a gain of 3. And it'll be 4th down and 9. Looks like the Mustangs have to go ahead and punt it away here.
Looks like he kind of slipped again there. I don't know if he's got some new cleats on tonight or what. I know we haven't had any moisture in the
area. No moisture. That's certainly no.
So
just trying to make a hard cut and just lost his footing there.
Yep.
And so here he'll stay on the field to punt. Will Joaquin about 7 yards deep in the end zone. Just gets off a spiraling punt. And it'll take a neutral bounce. And this is going to give Stephenville great field position down by Brody Graham at the Mustang 28-yard line. Able to get the punt off, pressure brought by Stephenville, but the Jackets going to be sitting pretty with 8:13 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, they definitely brought, they didn't bring the house on that one, but they definitely brought some pressure on that punt. And so Joaquin was trying to probably rushed it a little bit getting that one off and just probably didn't get quite as enough foot and leg into that one.
All right, so 7-0 our score here. And shotgun here for Stephenville. First time we'll see their offense this evening. And they scored on a pick 6, so 1st down and 10. Running back out of the backfield in motion, going to be an empty backfield, and play being called at the line by Trot Jordan. The QB swing pass out to the left, knocked away, incomplete. What a great play out there. Was that bunting? It was at the 31. Yeah. Good play, and it's 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, good job by Branson reading that and just teeing off and getting there right when the ball was there, and couldn't get the receiver couldn't get his hands on the ball there.
That was Zyler McClendon who came out of motion to the backfield, and a good play by Bunning. And it brings up a 2nd down and 10. Ball sits at the Mustang 28. 2 wideouts to the right for Stephenville, 1 to the left. Trot Jordan the shotgun, McClendon to his right. Handoff McClendon up the middle, and he stiff arms a tackle, the 25, the 20, down to the 18, before he's brought down right at the sticks, about a 10-yard pickup. Doak Timmerman there, and I believe that's going to be a 1st down. They had him initially, but a stiff arm got him out of the tackle.
Yeah, we had him right when the handoff, but you can tell he's got some very powerful legs underneath number 1 right there, and was able to step out of the first arm tackle and the stiff arm and was able to get to the edge.
Trot Jordan, what a name for a quarterback, in the shotgun on 1st down and 10. McClendon to his right. He's going to throw. He's looking into the end zone, and in the corner, touchdown caught. 28-yard touchdown for the Jackets. Caleb Monk with the catch in the left corner of the end zone over the shoulder, and Stephenville up quickly, 13-0, 7:24 to go in the first.
Yeah, that was just a very nice pitch and catch. Beat our cornerback off the line, and quarterback just threw it to the back part of the end zone and let the receiver run underneath it. Got his foot in, and that's good pitch and catch right there.
That's Jordan to Monk and Quick strike for Stephenville after the short field. Here comes the extra point try with 7:24 to go. Oh, the snap is bad. The kicker's got to pick it up. He's rolling right. He's going to throw it in the end zone, and it's incomplete. Flag comes in. They're going to get pass interference as he was looking for the Richmond, who already got the pick six. He was out in the flats after the missed snap, and I guess the Mustangs must have knocked him down to the turf, and they called pass interference.
I thought it, at least from our advantage here, looked maybe just like their feet got tangled up. It didn't look like he actually physically tackled him by any means, but ref saw otherwise.
They're going to actually call a holding, so they're going to say they held number 0, and they'll get to retry the extra point try. So the snap rolled to the holder, and it got past him, and what they do is they yell fire, saying, hey, go try to run a route.
Try to get to a spot where I can throw the ball up to you.
Here comes the extra point try. That time the snap is good, hold is good, and the extra point is good, making it 14-0. Stephenville early on, 7:24 to go in the first. Back after this on KBEY 103.9. Bryant DeVivo with the kickoff. That one's going to go out of the back of the end zone touchback, showing off his leg, and it'll be at the 25 for the Mustangs. So 7:24 to go, and Stephenville's showing you why they're a powerhouse. That pick six, it was just an athletic play, and then the touchdown pass from Jordan to Monk, and it was just a beautiful pitch and catch.
It was, Ben, right like you said there at the break, just right over his shoulder, threw it to a spot at the back of the end zone. Receiver ran underneath it and caught it. So. Again, we got to take some punches here. Let's hopefully maybe we can start punching back a little bit and see if we can get some momentum going here.
First down and 10 at the 25. Maddox in the shotgun. 3 receivers for the Mustangs. Diego Aguilar, the running back, fakes the handoff, throws down the seam for Dalton, just off his hands, incomplete. A little high, probably could have had it, but it falls to the turf at the 34, and it's second down and 10.
Yeah, I think you're going to start seeing some plays differently. Just try to mix some things up here from Coach Timmerman to try to get some spark going here and get some momentum.
7:20 left in this first quarter. 14-0 Stephenville as the Mustangs. Now, Crawford doesn't go to the sideline. He'll get the call from Coach Timmerman as he stays in the huddle. They do huddle up here, trying to just see if they can take time off the clock here. No rush. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Diego Aguilar stays the running back. He goes out of motion in the backfield. Wants to throw, steps up in the pocket, being pressured now, and he goes down. He's sacked at the 21. That's a loss of 4, brings down third down and 14. And he was trying to get away, but Stephenville not letting go.
Yep, too much penetration by the defensive line there when they read pass, and just got to Crawford when he tried to pull it down and try to get through. To see what he could do picking up with his feet. He didn't have anybody open downfield.
One of the captains, Hunter Bucci, with the stop for Stephenville, and it's 6:45 and counting in this first quarter. Mustangs going to be working with 3 receivers to the left now on third down and 14 after the sack. Maddox puts Diego out of the backfield. Here's pressure up the middle, throws it over the left, and it's incomplete. It fluttered in the air, but luckily it goes to the turf trying to get it to Makachek, and he had no choice because they brought a blitz right up the middle.
Yeah, I mean, I see what they're trying to do, maybe try to set up a wide receiver screen there a little bit, but, you always tell your offensive line to 1,000, 2,000 before you let them go. I think they got to let them go pretty quickly there, and Crawford was scrambling pretty fast on that back pedal to try to get that ball out to Makachek.
And luckily the ball fluttered to the turf. It's 4th down and 14, punting time for the Mustangs. Ball King gets off a nice high punt. Returned at the 45 and breaks one tackle. Still going there. He's hit hard at the 42-yard line, and that's where Stephenville will have it for the second time this evening. That was Xavier Gonzalez with the return for Stephenville.
Yeah, good job by the punt coverage team there. First guy down there was holding on, and, I think we're going to learn tonight. Stephenville's not going to go down on the first hit or the first ankle grab. You're going to have to gang tackle all their skilled positions tonight. And we saw that. First guy there, hang on, and the troops got there quickly to bring him down.
Going to be trips left side for the Jackets. Trot Jordan's in the shotgun. McClendon flanks him to the left. First down and 10. 6:21 to go. Ball sits at the Mustang 43 here in the first quarter. 14-0 Stephenville. Jordan in the shotgun. Has a snap. Went to throw again. Looking left. Going to fire down the left sideline. And wide open the middle of the field. It's caught. Touchdown. That's the Vivo down the seam, a post. And it's going to be just like that, 20-0 Stephenville.
Our strong safety back there, you can't let anybody behind you. You got to stay as deep as the deepest receiver, and they snuck behind us and threw it over the top.
Got about 5 yards behind him, and Jordan with the second touchdown pass, that time to Vivo, who's going to stay out there as the place kicker for Stephenville. Now the hold of Bucci. They had a bad snap earlier, but then they were a holding call. They were able to retry it and got the extra point. This one is up and off the foot of the Vivo. It's good, and like that, 21-0 Stephenville. And so the Mustangs down 21-0. And I'd like to see a bit of a drive here, Kevin, just to sort of stave off this momentum.
I think so, and we need to just kind of, again, settle down. We've taken some punches here early on. Let's just kind of settle down, try to get some momentum, try to figure out something on the play sheet that can pick up some positive yardage for us, and keep the defense off the field and try to see anything we can kind of get going here.
All right, so the Mustangs will have it for the 4th time at the pick six and the 2 3-and-outs here. But the Jackets showing off their powerful passing attack. And DeVivo has it teed up, who just scored the touchdown. About 43 yards through the air from Jordan.
Yeah, he's a starting receiver for him, but then he's also got a very powerful leg.
He
the
does.
Last kickoff it did make it all the way through the end zone, so that's another valuable weapon for the Stephenville Yellow Jackets there.
This one, he's going to kick it about 5 yards deep, and CJ lets it go, and it's going to be a touchback. So Marble Falls will have it for the 4th time. 3rd straight drive to start. Well, second 3 or 4 drives to start at the 25. One of them started at the 6. This one's at the 25. That first play, the pass play was there, just couldn't quite complete it. That would have been a 9-yard gain. See if they go back to that well.
I think so. I think you got to do some of those quick hitting passes that we saw there. Just need to convert on those and grab those when we can, and grab the opportunities when we can. Stephenville's going to be stingy. They're going to be hard on us. We just need to be patient and find our creases when we can.
Longbine and Coleman to the left. You've got Makachek to the right on 1st and 10. Or check that, Diego. He's in motion. They give it to him on the jet sweep, trying to turn up field, and he gets away from one tackle. In a second effort, gets him back to the line of scrimmage. The jet sweep tried to go to the edge. Nothing there. Cut it up, and no gain. 2nd down and 10.
And I think that was smart. They had some pressure coming up, sealing off the edge there. He wasn't going to be able to make the turn there. Put your foot in the ground and get back upfield as much as you can.
So Crawford goes back to getting the call from the sideline with under 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. Mustangs trail 21-0 here. As Maddox breaks the huddle now. Going to have Aguilar, Longbine, and Coleman, the 3 receivers to the right. Doak Timmerman's the running back with Maddox on 2nd down and 10. Ball back to Maddox, handoff Doak up the middle. Doak takes the pile about 3 yards to the 28-yard line, so a 3-yard pickup for the Mustangs, and here comes 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, you know that if you go back to that first series we had on the opening drive, and we had 3 yards on first down, 3 yards on second down. You know, we're a little behind the chains right now, but you know, maybe we can pick something up here, and be nice to pick up a first down here and kind of keep the ball out of the Yellow Jackets offense.
Just looking at the defensive line, just how athletic they look, you can tell from all the way up here.
Yeah, I mean, they've got some size, but you can just tell they're very athletic. They probably got a lot of speed up there on the front four.
Here's 3rd down and 7. 3 wideouts for the Mustangs. Maddox has a snap. Give to Diego at the middle. He's got some room, breaks a tackle, goes forward. He's going to be about a yard shy at the 34 as he gets 6 yards there. And here comes a 4th down and 1 at the 39. And I think being down by 3 scores, you go ahead and go for it here.
I think so. What do you got to lose? This is all a learning opportunity for the Mustangs tonight. You know, see what we can do. But looks like coach is going to send the punting unit on here.
So 4th down and 11.
But that was a great run by the young running back there. You know, 6 tough yards there that he picked up.
Sorry, 4th down and 1. It was 4:11 to go with 4th down and 1. And here comes the punting unit. Joaquin stands at the 21-yard line. Return man back at the 35-yard line. Xavier Gonzalez. Snap back to Joaquin. Gets off the nice punt. And Gonzalez calls a fair catch at the 32-yard line. And that's where Stephenville is going to have it. The worst starting position of the evening. They've had great field position, so
they have early on, and that kind of flipped the field on them a little bit there. So put them back in their side of the 50 into their territory. So maybe we can see what we can do a little bit more defensively here.
3:42 remaining in the first quarter. Mustangs trail early on, 21-0 to Stephenville. Monk, who already scored a touchdown, he split to the left. The receiver split to the right, and the Jackets going to go with 2 backs in the backfield with the QB, Trot Jordan. McClendon's one of the running backs in there on 1st down and 10. Trot hands off McClendon, trying to find the right edge. Turns upfield at the 40, the 45, the 50, down the right sideline, the 40, and then Greg Lemon forces him out of bounds with a touchdown-saving tackle at the 32-yard line, a 36-yard run for McClendon.
Yeah, great job of not giving up on that play from Greg coming in from all the way from the other side of the field. Good pursuit angle to get him and force him out of bounds.
So 1st down and 10. McClendon's the running back still with Trot Jordan. They'll go with 3 receivers. 2 are to the left, 1 to the right. 1st down and 10 at the Mustang 32 for the Jackets. Swing pass out to Monk. Monk is going to be wrapped up at the 29. Nice open field tackle that time after a 3-yard pickup. And it's going to be a 2nd down and 7. That was Joaquin Aguilar with a nice tackle.
Good job hanging on and waiting for his teammates to get there to finish him off.
Well, they say down at the 30, so it's just a 2-yard pickup. They'll go with 4 wideouts now, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. And Jordan, the QB, with McClendon to his right on 2nd down and 8. Ball sits at the Mustang 30, under 3 to play in the first. Jordan with the hard count, but the Mustangs don't jump. Now he'll look over and get a call. 21-0 Stephenville. 2:47 to go in the first quarter. Ball back to Jordan. Wants to throw, rolls right. He's looking downfield, going to throw back. Left sideline. It's overthrown, incomplete. Receiver had a couple steps, and he can't hit his receiver that time. That was Dunham. Brett Dunham, the intended receiver that time. 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, first incomplete pass for him tonight, but a little overthrown there. We'll take that. That puts them 3rd and long now.
He'll take it how you can get him. So Donhan checks out, and Mustangs would love to get off the field here. 3rd down and 8. 3 receivers for Stephenville. McClendon to the right of Trot Jordan. Puts Monk in motion to the right. He's going to swing it out to Monk. Monk has some room. Right side has the first down to 20, the 15, and take it down to the 14 after a 16-yard pickup and a 1st down into Mustang into the red zone. And it's 1st down Stephenville.
Yeah, it was a pretty designed play there. Wide receiver in motion, kind of a throwback swing pass to him out there in the flats. And their receivers and running back getting out there, getting lead blocks for him, and turned that quarter and picked up a big gain.
2:29 left in this first quarter, and a fresh set of downs for Stephenville and the
actually, Ben,
red
looks
zone.
like we had a hanky on the field. They
Oh,
called
wow.
holding on that play against Stephenville. So
that's
gonna
huge. I did not see that out there, Kevin.
I didn't see it either. So it must have been one of those receivers or the running back coming out because it was
Spot
downfield.
foul.
So
It was must have been close to the 12 because it's at the 24, and it'll be 3rd down and 2. So they get some of the yardage. They get 6 yards, but it's still 3rd down and 2. Let's see if the Mustangs can get some penetration here. McClendon's the running back. Ball back to Jordan. Handoff McClendon up the middle. He's wrapped up, has the 1st down. Now they're back in the red zone just inside the 20.
pick up that 1st down there.
They do. It's with 2:22 to go in the first, 21-0 Stephenville. As they'll substitute players in here. 1st down and 10. Carter Van Zant checks in. He'll be a running back with McClendon and Trot Jordan the QB. Monk the receiver to the left. 1st down for Stephenville. Under 2 to play in the first quarter. 2 backs with the QB Jordan. Jordan puts Van Zant in motion to the left, hands off to McClendon up the middle. Behind his blockers inside the 10. Thompson rats him up and brings him down at the 6. 13-yard gain and 1st down and goal for Stephenville.
Yeah, that's kind of just a power trap play up the middle there. They had pulled their the guard there and just ran it right up the middle on us.
Oh, the Mustangs looking at Stephenville looking at a 1st down and goal at the 5. 1:34 to go. And McClendon's the lone running back to the right of Trot Jordan. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1st down and goal. Jordan hands off to McClendon up the middle. McClendon taking a pile into close to the goal line. No signal yet. Now they signal touchdown Stephenville as they go 68 yards. And they're up 27-0 with 1:15 left in the opening quarter.
Just a dive play and power push by the offensive line and strength by your running back pushing that one in.
So a couple short passes and the rest were runs there for Stephenville to extend their lead here. DeVivo on for the extra point try. And here comes the snap. It's good. The hold is good. And the extra point try through the uprights. And it's now 28-0 Stephenville. Back after this on KBEY 103.9.
Touchback. Mustangs begin play 1st and 10.
Kick goes out of back of the end zone yet again, and it'll be Mustangs out at the 25 for the 4th time this evening. So 28-0 Stephenville, 1:15 to go, and right now just Stephenville both sides, just nothing's really working out. They're just showing their prowess right now, aren't they?
They have been doing that so far in this first quarter, Ben. But you never know. Let's just keep fighting, seeing what we can do, see if we can pick something up. I mean, we've had some positive plays and positive yardage against them. We just need to not get behind the chains.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Diego in motion. Give it to him on the jet sweep, and he's brought down for a 3-yard loss as Stephenville getting penetration at the 22-yard line, and it'll be a 2nd down and 13. And That time coming in to wrap him up and bring him down was Jeremy Clayton. So 53 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Second down and 13 as Crawford went to the sideline to get the call. All right, so they'll have trips left side. Diego's the running back to the right of Crawford Maddox on second down and long. 30 seconds on the clock. Maddox going to take a right side himself and just nowhere to go. Big number 70 for Stephenville came in and knocked him down. That was Colton Dirth, one of the captains for Stephenville. And probably the last snap of the first quarter here, Kevin.
I would assume based on the strategy that's been implemented here in the first quarter, we'll just let this one tick down and take a little breather and start the second.
All right, so they'll go ahead and switch sides here as the clock winding down here, and it hits 0. So we'll move to the second quarter. Mustangs will have a third down and 13 at the Marble Falls 22. When we come back, Stephenville 28, Marble Falls nothing. We're back after this on KBEY 103.9. Nothing Stephenville. Third down and 13 coming up for the Mustangs as we move to the second quarter. Lampasas right now on top of the Bulldogs, 14-3 in Lampasas.
It's third and 13 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, it's early in the second quarter there. So
Maddox in the shotgun. 3 wideouts for Marble Falls on third down and long. Maddox has a shotgun snap to throw. Pressure up the middle. Swings out to Joaquin, right side. He's hit as he caught it. Gets maybe a couple. Well, give him 3 yards of the 25, so a fourth down and 10. Made the catch, but Stephenville with their speed right there to make sure he goes nowhere.
yeah, they're just their defense is where they need to be. They're in their lanes. They're knowing their assignments, and I mean that was a good pitch and catch, and they're just right there, jolly on the spot to make the tackle.
Joaquin on to punt, stands at the 12-yard line for Marble Falls. Gonzalez return man at the 45 of Stephenville. Low snap to Joaquin, but he's going to get it off. Nice end-over-end punt makes Gonzalez go back at the 36. He's on the run at the 45 and then wrapped up at the 46. Greg Lemon there for the Mustangs.
Yeah, good kick and good coverage there. Not much of a return there by the Yellow Jackets.
Glad to see Coleman in there as well for Marble Falls. So 11-14 remaining in the half, and Stephenville's in front 28-0.
Yeah, I think, defensively you want to just kind of make them earn it this time. Try to be a pest to them and make them earn it.
Jordan trots back out there with his running back McClendon and also Van Zant. So 2 running backs this time for the Jackets. 1 receiver to the left and 1 receiver to the right on first down and 10. Jordan has it. They end around to Monk left side. And he's going to get to the 50. He's at the 45, the 40 left sideline, the 30 before he's pushed out by Greg Lemon with another touchdown-saving tackle right at the 30-yard line, 24-yard line. Yeah, at the 49-yard line. Maybe that's what helped him get the edge.
Yep, maybe so. Let's see here. Yep, good.
All right, so okay, will be marked off from the 49, probably. Looks like that's where the flag was thrown. Right now the official maybe is stepping from the 49 of Marble Falls. So he marks it at the 42 of Stephenville, so second down and 14. Second time the Mustangs had a defender there to wrap him up, and just Monk got away.
We did, and you just gotta break down and latch on and hold on.
Two receivers stacked to the right. Handoff up the middle. McClendon has some room. The 50's tripped up, and as he goes forward, he falls to the 45, about a yard shy of the marker. A 13-yard pickup, and here comes see here, a second down and short coming up for Stephenville.
Yeah, there's just using their size and strength on the offensive line and open up a big old hole right up the middle.
Spread out the offense, and he found a hole right there and makes it a second down and short. Second down and 1 at the Mustang 45. 28-0 Stephenville, 10-19 and counting. Trot Jordan puts a receiver in motion to the right. Oh, and the ball gets away from Jordan, and he gets away from a would-be tackler into the open grass. The 40, the 30 left sideline before he's tripped up at the 26-yard line. 19-yard pickup, and again, the Mustangs had him, but he was able to get away and get some positive yardage.
You know, as we kind of said early on in the broadcast, Ben, you know, take advantage of some of the opportunities you're going to get. And we've had a couple guys there the last couple of plays, and just need to be smart and break down and try to get those ball carriers on the ground when we can.
So the broken play was a bad snap, and Jordan's able to get away to get 19 yards at the Mustang 26-yard line. 9:43 and counting in the half. Jordan's in the shotgun. Running back is Van Zandt, gives it to him up the middle, the 20, the 15. He's at the 10, lowers his shoulder down to the 9. And that's a 17-yard run and a first down and goal for Stephenville.
Again, I think we had some penetration there by our front four. He made some moves right there in the holes. Was able to sidestep us and pick up a big first down.
The ball sits at the 9-yard line. 9:33 and counting in the second quarter. Stephenville looking to add on to their lead. And they're just outside the end zone here. Ball's a first down and goal at the 9. Van Zandt, the pistol behind his running back Jordan, or his QB Jordan. Jordan looking for a fade in the corner. Diving catch, is that Monk? He's got it, touchdown. Wow. Monk went flying for it in the left corner of the end zone, and what a pass and catch. Jordan threw it out to Monk, and Monk went diving left corner of the end zone and makes a great catch, diving catch to make it 34-0 Stephenville, 9 yards through the air.
I mean, as you're watching that unfold up here, Ben, I mean, the receiver's not even close to where he threw that ball, and just arcs it out there. Receiver runs underneath it.
Looked like it was going to be overthrown,
yes.
And there goes Monk diving for the catch and makes it. The Vivo extra point try is good. It's now 35-0, and business-like attitude for Stephenville, now up 35-0 with 9:08 to go in the half.
Yeah, quarterback's just throwing to a spot and letting his receivers get there, and they've done that a time or two, you could tell.
Looked like it was going to bring up a second down and goal, but there's Monk, number 34, who showing his skills. We saw that on the first touchdown with the over-the-shoulder catch, and there he went diving for it and making a spectacular catch for Stephenville. So 35-0 now our score.
So again, I think, from the Mustang standpoint, I mean, you just want to continue to keep battling, keep trying. Don't put your head down. And we knew this was going to be a well-oiled machine coming in, but you just got to keep fighting and keep clawing and, earn everything you got and be proud of it. Just keep doing what you can do.
Ball's teed up at the 40 for DeVivo.
Alexander with 2 returns.
C.J. Alexander stands at the 5, and here comes the kick. And that one is going to does not go into the end zone, and Diego's going to let it go out of bounds. That'll bring it closer to the 30-yard line, so smart play by Diego to let that go out. At the 2, he saw the ball bounce, and then he saw it was going to go out of bounds as it did.
Risky but smart at the same time, because you're hoping that it goes out of bounds before the Stephenville kickoff team can get down there. But yeah, we'll take that one at what is the 30-yard?
The 30-yard line after that kick goes out of bounds. Flag came in. 9:08 remaining in this first half, and the Mustangs are down 35-0 as they huddle here. See if they can get a first down and get some momentum. Again, just a stout defensive line and stout all around, I should say.
Yeah, just, not that our kids aren't well coached, but you can definitely tell Stephenville knows. They know their assignments. They know where they need to be. They're right there on us.
Diego Aguilar, the running back with Maddox. Maddox hands off Diego, trying to find some room left side and gets a yard to the 31-yard line. Just tough going there. And he gets a yard, second down and 9.
Head referee threw his flag in there. What we got here? Face mask. Okay.
Oh, face mask against Stephenville. That'll give the Mustangs a first down.
Yep,
First down of the ball game for Marble Falls, and it'll take it all the way out to the 45-yard line.
Yep.
Probably the 31.
Yeah.
So the 46-yard line.
Should be good field position.
Marble
after this
Falls will
penalty,
take that.
Yeah.
Maybe give them a little momentum here to get something going.
And I don't know if that face mask was necessarily on Diego.
On the tackle?
Because the referee from behind the play, so it may have been maybe a defensive lineman pulling on one of the offensive linemen's face mask or something there. So.
First down and 10 Mustangs. Diego in motion to the right. Handoff up the middle to Joaquin. And again, tough going there up the middle. We'll lose a yard to the 45. And it's second down 11. Just push up the middle of there for Stephenville. That's Dearth again.
Yeah, Dearth's he's a handful.
He is.
We're trying to get hands on him and get double teaming him sometimes, and he's just he's fighting through that and getting off the blocks very, very easily. He's a handful.
Well, when you're 6'1", 310, you're usually a handful,
Yes.
and that's what the roster shows for Dearth.
And he's not.
He's
quick.
athletic,
He's
yeah.
very athletic. I mean, he doesn't even look 310.
He doesn't.
From up here. I mean, he's carrying it very well.
And he can move.
Yes.
3 receivers set, second down and 11. Dokes back in as the running back. Crawford in the shotgun. He's got the snap. Fakes the handoff, throwing down the left sideline for Longbine, just out of his reach, so close at the 25, just inches from the tip of his fingers, and it's third down and 11.
Good play call there. I mean, Longbine had the man beat, had the
He
Stephenville
did.
cornerback beat on that play. It just need a little more air underneath that. He would have been able to run underneath that one. That was close. That was good play. Good call there.
He got rid of that quickly too, Kevin.
He did. So
He got the snap, and it seemed like that ball was in the air.
Yep.
So 8:06 to go on the second, just inches from being a big play. Going to have 3 receivers, 2 are to the right, 1 to the left. Longbine's a lone receiver. Coleman and Makachek to the right. Handoff to Doak, and penetration for Stephenville. Going to knock him back for a 4-yard loss at the 41. And that'll bring out the punting unit for the Mustangs. Under 8 to go in the second quarter, 35-0 Stephenville.
Again, little things you're seeing here. I mean, Longbine was able to beat the cornerback off the line of scrimmage. So, I mean, maybe that's something we can come back to here before too long and try to connect next time. So,
Joaquin stands at the 29. Gonzalez, the return man, at the 25. Snap back to Joaquin, gets off end over end punt. Gonzalez takes it at the 21, goes to his left, straight up the middle. The 35, he's at the 40. A nice tackle at the 44-yard line that time. That was Crawford Maddox.
Yep. Getting down there on the coverage. Good to see that.
All right, nice tackle. Xavier Gonzalez with about a 25-yard return there. Stops the clock with 7:20 to go in the half. 35-0 Stephenville.
Tackle by number 9, Branson.
Again, I think all you're looking for from defensively standpoint right now is just, making them earn it. Make them use all their downs. Don't give them anything easy. Make it hard for them.
Stephenville working with 3 wideouts here. 2 are to the right, 1 to the left. McClendon's the running back to the right of the QB. Trot Jordan on first down and 10. Jordan claps his hands. Going to be a slant pass in the air. Picked off, intercepted Thompson. A flag just come in. Thompson's tackled at the 35. And so the ball was tipped in the air. And Thompson picks it off. And let's see what the call is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it would be pass interference because once the ball's tipped, you can hit the defender, correct?
Yes.
There's a flag on the play.
Is it going to be like holding before the tip or I mean,
Pass interference against the Mustangs. I just don't know how's their pass interference when the ball's tipped.
I think that's what Coach Timmerman was trying to argue his point there.
All right, so they call pass interference against the Mustangs. And so that'll negate the interception. So maybe it was before the ball. I don't know, Kevin. Maybe it was I just don't know.
I mean, hey, come on. We're down 35 nothing. Come on, refs. Let's give the home team a little bit here. I think that we deserve that one right there, right? So.
I mean, Coach really didn't argue much there. So the interception negated by the pass interference. First down and 10 at the 50. 3 receivers set. Jordan has it. Fakes the handoff. Pass out to the left for Monk, and Monk has a first down. 2 Mustangs out there to wrap him up after an 11-yard pickup at the 39 in Marble Falls.
Going back to that previous play, I mean, there's only a 5-yard penalty. Let's be aggressive. I mean, what do we got to lose? I mean, let's get on them, stick to them. Let's roll the dice. Let's see what we can do.
Caden Monk, he has been busy for Stephenville with 2 great touchdown catches. First down and 10 at the Mustang 38. Trot Jordan looks over the sideline to get the call. 6:45 and counting. McClendon is the running back to the right of the QB. Ball back to Jordan, wants to throw, has a pocket, going to fire down the right sideline. And Joaquin's there, and it's incomplete. Good coverage by Joaquin, and it's incomplete. Going to be second down and 10. He was there step for step with the receiver, knocked it away. Intended for Aiden Jenkins.
Yeah, I mean, good. Little bit of hand fighting on both offense and defense there, so good no calls there, but good job by Joaquin to being on top of that. Good coverage all the way downfield.
I'm glad they let them play that time there, Kevin.
For sure.
Second down and 10, just a good play by Joaquin. Ball sits at the Mustang 39-yard line. Stops the clock with 6:29 to go in the half. Twins left side, 1 receiver to the right. McClendon to the right of his QB, Trot Jordan. Jordan to throw, quick pass left side, Monk. Monk has a block to 30, and he's wrapped up near the sticks. Let's see where they mark him out of bounds at the 30, so he's
maybe a little short.
About a yard shy, so a 9-yard pickup for Monk. Third down and 1 coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is what the defense wants, just make them use it, make them earn everything.
Keep them in front of you.
If they – whatever they do here, maybe there's a low snap or fumble. I mean, you just never know. You just keep playing.
The clock stops with 6:20 to go as he went out of bounds. Third down and 2 on the scoreboard here. Looks more like third down and 1 here from here, though. Ball at the 30. Slant pass caught. DeVivo has the first down inside the red zone down to the 19. A couple Mustangs there after an 11-yard pickup. Long bind there to wrap him up, as well as Doak Timmerman. First down and 10, Stephenville.
Just good pitch and catch, and through the open areas there. We were in a kind of a zone set there defensively, and they found the soft part there.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and McClendon stays to the left of his QB, Trot Jordan. First down and 10 at the 19 for Stephenville, up 35-0. Trot Jordan in the shotgun. Has the ball. The throw again looking left, and that one's going to be too high and incomplete. Donham, the receiver, incomplete. Second down at 10.
We had good coverage there, and just maybe that one sailed on him, but that one wasn't close to any of his receivers there.
Monk was over there too. I was just waiting for him to jump up there and get it.
Yeah, he looks pretty tall from up here. So.
Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass. 5:43 to go. Going to have a receiver to the left. That's Monk by himself. Stephenville has 12 seconds on the play clock. 2 receivers to the right. McClendon to the right of Trot Jordan on second down and 10. It's a man in motion to the right. Ball back to Jordan. Screen pass McClendon. Turns upfield to 15. He's at the 10. Cuts to his left at the 5. And he's going to take it into the end zone as he goes over a defender 19 yards. Screen pass Trot Jordan to McClendon. And it's now 41-0 Stephenville with 5:35 to go on the second.
I think they caught us thinking, second and long again, and maybe looking to pass, and caught us there with some forward momentum from our defensive line, and we were upfield, and they hit us with a screen right behind us.
Makes it 41-0. The Vivo extra point try. Snap is good, hold is good, and the extra point is through the uprights, and now the Jackets will lead 42-0 here in the second. 5:35 to go. Back after this on KBEY 103.9. Joaquin Aguilar kicked to him, and check that Diego Aguilar off of his chest, and I think he's able to jump back on it at the 23. So that took a little bit of a bounce off of him, and fortunate for the Mustangs to be able to jump on it with 5:29 to go in the second.
For sure, we glad that bounced back to us and was able to get it on and get on that one. But yeah, we'll regroup and start again. See what we can kind of build on here.
First down and 10 for the Mustangs, down 42-0 in the second quarter. As the Mustangs huddle and back out onto the field, Crawford Maddox, the sophomore signal caller. C.J. Alexander and Makachek, the receivers to the right. Long behind the lone receiver to the left. Snap back to Maddox. Maddox hands off to Diego up the middle, crosses the 25 and gets the 26, so a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, good tough run. I mean, nothing's going to be easy tonight, so just keep sticking your head in there and get what you can. Three, maybe 4 yards on that one, Ben. So.
Second down and 7 as we approach 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Longbein stays the receiver to the left, and Alexander going to be with Makachek out there to the right. Olin Dalton, the tight end right side. Diego is to the left of his QB, Crawford Maddox, on second down. Crawford going to call his own number, and he is hit at the 31, so no gain. Or the 26, excuse me. So no gain, third down and 7.
Like maybe a little RPO action there, and Crawford decided to keep it, and just not much running room there up the middle.
I think we'll go ahead and have an official timeout here, a little cramping out there for the Mustangs. And we'll let a couple seconds tick off the clock here. 4:28 to go. 42-0 Stephenville. All right, so they'll check him out here, and it looks like he's going to walk off here for Marble Falls. Sterling Doty is the head coach for Stephenville. He's a Stephenville grad. They've won a state championship. His son is a center on the team, a junior. And he has this program rolling.
Yes. They historically been strong for a long time and continue to be that way.
They didn't have much success until the 90s when Art Briles came along, and Stephenville has kept that up for 30 years now. 4:29 and counting. 3 receivers for the Mustangs on third down. Maddox has a snap to throw, has a pocket, right side, and that one's going to be intercepted. 45 at the 50. Cuts to his right, looking for some room, the 45. And he is going to be wrapped up by C.J. Alexander. Return of about 15 yards, just a little bit underthrown there. And it is intercepted for Stephenville. That time, Brian Floyd there for Stephenville, and they'll have good field position too. First turnover of the ball game.
I mean, you got to take some shots every once in a while, and we did. And safety just got over there. It kind of hung up in the air a little bit. Safety got over there and picked that one off.
Stephenville will have a first down and 10. 42-0. That's our second turnover. We had a pick six on the first drive. So, excuse me for that. Here comes Trot Jordan on. And McClendon is running back to his left. One receiver to the left, that's Monk. A receiver to the right. On first down and 10. Jordan to give to McClendon up the middle. McClendon is wrapped up as he falls to the 37. So a 4-yard pickup, that's it. Mustang's there to make sure that he goes nowhere. Thompson in there.
Look, that play right there looked a little bit better from our defense. Weren't just flying through there. We were kind of staying in our rush lanes and our assignments there, and only allowed about a 4-yard gain there.
Christian Cervantes Mauricio also in there for the Mustangs. Second down and 6. They're going to go with trips left side now on the Mustang 37-yard line. Trot has the ball, rolls left, looking to throw. Looks downfield and fires for the left sideline, incomplete. Receiver got twisted around there, 18-yard line, and brings up a third down and 6.
Quarterback, right-handed quarterback rolling out to the left there, kind of. That's a hard one to get your shoulders turned and threw it behind his receiver there. We'll take that. We'll take that all night long.
One of the rare misses you've seen from Stephenville this evening. And third down and 6. Mustangs would love to get off the field here. The 3:28 to go on the half, down 42-0. They're going to go with 3 receivers to the left. Van Zant checks in as the running back. He'll be to the left of Trot Jordan on third down and 6. Trot swings it out to Van Zant. He's got some turf, and he's got the first down as he's forced out at the 30-yard line on the Stephenville sideline, and he'll get 7 yards and a first down.
It's just speed and athleticism getting to the outside and fighting off your blocks to get out there.
3:20 left in the second quarter. 42-0 Stephenville. Yellow Jackets. The fresh set of downs just outside of 3 minutes to go in the half. Van Zant and McClendon, the 2 backs with Jordan. 2 receivers set on first down. Trot has the shotgun snap, looking left sideline for Monk, and that one is knocked away, incomplete. Joaquin Aguilar with a good play to knock it away. He was step for step with Monk, and it's second down and 10. Did we have someone down?
Yeah, we got a Mustang down.
What a play that time for Joaquin over there. Check that. Who that was? Joaquin was over here.
That was 24.
Jesus Rodriguez over there to knock it away. So nice play with 2:50 to go. Injury timeout here. Official timeout. At the half, we'll hear from Darby Hambrick. Darby is with the Marble Falls Agricultural Club. They've got their big fundraiser coming up on Saturday, October 25th. So thanks to Darby for coming in. And he'll tell us all about it, how you can get your tickets and how you help the kids. So listen in with Darby at the half with myself. All right, so we'll come off here with second down and 10. That time the Mustangs able to stay step for step with Monk.
Got him in second and long here, which is what you want. Instead, just trying to make them earn it.
Second down and 10 at the 30-yard line. Trips right side for Stephenville. It's Van Zant, the running back, with Trot Jordan. Trot claps his hands. He's got it. Hand off to Van Zant up the middle. He goes up in the air as he gets to the 23-yard line, a 7-yard gain. And another third down here for Stephenville. It's third down and 3.
Van Zant on the carry. Tackle by number 36 for the Mustangs, Cervantes Mauricio. 7-yard gain.
All right, 2.5 to go, 3rd down and 3. 42-0 Stephenville, again with trips right side. Van Zant's the running back to the right of Jordan. Jordan with the ball. Swings out right side. That's going to be Monk, and Monk gets away from the defender into the red zone to the 11-yard line, 12-yard gain, and Monk got it, and he was gone to the 11 with this speed, and a first down for Stephenville in the red zone.
Good job by Greg Lemon. He recognized that play and he was close to getting that tackle behind the line of scrimmage there. He was close on that one. Good job of recognition by him.
First down and 10 at the 11. 2:09 to go in this first half. Maybe a play or two before the 2-minute timeout. I think Stephenville waiting for them to start the clock. Now they were going to the sideline, but the clock never started, so they're going to go ahead and take a snap here. They thought they were going to go to the 2-minute warning here. And we've got a flag, going to be a delay of game.
Unless they give them a timeout, gave them a timeout.
Oh, did they? They threw a flag there in the end zone. I guess they called it okay.
Yeah.
So they give Stephenville the timeout. 2:05 to go.
You know, I think Stephenville thought they'd wind that clock, but I mean, they tackled him out of bounds. So,
That'll be the
game
second
clock
half
stopped.
when that happens.
That's right. That's right.
42-0 Stephenville. And the ball sits at the just shy of the 11-yard line. 42-0 is our score. And let's see, gets an update here on a Burnett score. Burnett taking on Lampasas, and Burnett back within striking distance, 14-10. That game halfway through the second quarter.
Actually, Ben, I updated my phone here. 21-17 at the half.
Oh,
That's what mine
okay.
says. So,
All
yeah,
right.
I think last time we checked it was, what, 14
to 3 last
so
we had.
14 points from Burnett and another score from Lampasas, so that's pretty competitive at the half.
All right, so it's going to be a first down and 10 at the 11-yard line, 2:09 to go, 3 receivers. Hand off to Van Zant. Van Zant wrapped up as he goes to about the 5-yard line. And it'll be a
That'll get
second
us to that
down.
two-minute warning there.
There's the 2-minute warning.
Yep.
Tackle by Cervantes Mauricio.
All right, so 2-minute warning here, and it's going to be a second down and 4 for Stephenville, so they can get a first down without scoring a touchdown here. 42-0 Stephenville. Back after this on KBEY 103.9. Second down and 4, Stephenville at the Mustang 5-yard line. 2 minutes to play in the half. Jordan, slant pass, incomplete. Good coverage that time. It was Joaquin on the coverage, and it'll be third down.
Yeah. He was stuck on his hip and got his arm in there, and they kind of helped push that one out. So.
Jurgens was the intended receiver, stops the clock with 1:56 to go in the half. Mustangs trail 42-0, and here's third down and 4 for Stephenville. Van Zant stays the running back. Jurgens the receiver to the right, Monk the receiver to the left. Third down. Jordan has it. Hands off. Van Zandt up the middle, and he's going to be shot at the goal line, but I think he might have got the first down. Looking at the spot, needed the one, and they're standing right at the 1 yard line, and I think he may have got the 4 yards he needed.
I mean, good job by the defense keeping him out of the end zone. Unfortunately, they will pick up that first down there.
Or Kevin,
no.
look, now they're going to mark him just shy.
Sure are.
He is just shy about 6 inches, so it's fourth down less than a yard here at the 2 yard line. So they mark him just shy of the 1, between the 1 and the 2, and it's fourth down and less than 1 yard for Stephenville. Clock running, 1:12 and counting. Jordan hands out to Van Zandt, and he's going to get in. He gets not only the first down, but the touchdown, and Stephenville on the board again, 48-0, 1:03 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, just ran behind the right side offensive line there, the beef up there, and pretty easy 1 yard score there.
48-0 Stephenville, 1:03 left in this half. The Vivo extra point try coming up out of the Bucci hold. Here's the extra point try. It's on the way, and it's now 49-0 Stephenville.
Defensively,
they got a lot of third downs. They got the fourth down.
Yep, and like I said, just kind of making them earn it. They had to use a lot of plays there, and take whatever, make them earn every inch there, and I think we did. That was a good series by the defense.
The pass coverage definitely tightened up that drive too for Marble Falls.
It does. And also too, it helps that you've got your end zone there as kind of an extra defender there, and you can play a little bit tighter and take some chances there. And I think we saw that for the defense. And I think we were putting a little bit more pressure. They were definitely quicker pass routes there that Stephenville was trying to hit.
1:03 left in the half, 49-0 Stephenville. Stephenville does get the ball to start the second half. C.J. Alexander stands at the 4 yard line. Diego Aguilar and Joaquin Aguilar stand at about the 10 for the Mustangs. 1:03 left. Here comes the kick. This one will be returnable. Oh, it takes a bounce at the 15. CJ's got it. CJ will be wrapped up at about the 18. He's popped up in the air and taken to the turf. 58 seconds to go.
If it had kind of bounced to him a little bit quicker, he may have been able to get upfield faster, but that one kind of took a long, slow bounce back to him to get his hands on it and get moving upfield.
Yeah, the coverage team had a chance to get down there after that slow bounce. So imagine we'll probably see some pretty conservative play calling here, Kevin, with 58 seconds to go.
I would assume so. And if we got any college football fans out there listening to us that aren't watching anything, we got Louisville up 17-13 on the Hurricanes.
Oh, that'd be a big one.
Early in the fourth quarter.
Oh, wow, that late in the ball game.
That late in the ball game right now, Ben. So, yeah.
Anything can happen in college football.
That's right. On a Friday night. College football on a Friday night. Yep. So.
First and 10. We got movement against the Mustangs. That'll make it a 5 yard penalty. We haven't seen too many penalties this season.
It's been a pretty clean game, which I would assume that's been stressed a lot this week from Coach Temmerman based on, the number of penalties we had last week against the Bulldogs in Vernon.
That fourth quarter, was that one of the craziest stretches of flags you've ever seen?
It was. Something was going on there.
Yeah.
So.
3 wide outs. Handoff up the middle and takes it forward for maybe a yard. That was Diego there with the carry. They got back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain.
I think we had our 2 backs in the backfield bin there. We had 2 of them there, but
you got Doak in there, and you got Diego Aguilar, the running back, and that'll stay that way here with Diego and Doak, the 2 running backs. 3 wide outs with 28 seconds to go. Hand off to Diego, turns upfield, finds a bit of a hole, and he'll get to the 19. And he'll get a 5 yard run there. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10, and I don't think the Mustangs will take another snap. Here's the clock approaching 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think everybody will be agreeable to just let this one tick down, or maybe try to snap it right at the end, but I don't think so. Maybe just let it run down and
they'll let the clock wind down here and head to the locker room.
Yep,
And
yep.
Stephenville up 49-0. Perennial power Stephenville. You can see the tradition in the Stephenville.
You can see the
Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I mean, the execution's there. The kids are in the right spot. There's never any kind of missed assignments there. It's just the execution, and you can see why they're number 2 in the state right now.
They're big, they're athletic, and everywhere.
Yes.
It's not just, I mean, they're big line, both sides.
Yeah, it's not just
skill positions.
1 or 2. It's a lot of skill, a lot of athleticism all up and down the field.
And Stephenville leads 49-0 here at the half. And so Mustangs will get a bye next week. And how important are byes sometimes, Kevin, especially this late in the season?
You know, they are. It's probably coming at a good time. Just with you know, in the middle of our district play, we can kind of, if you know, we've seen a couple of injuries tonight, and hopefully those aren't serious and they're not going to be anything lingering. We can get healthy. We can kind of take a breath and just regroup. I mean, you know, this game's 49-0 right now. It's probably not going to work out in our favor here in the second half. So you're 0-2 in district play, but you still got 2 games to play. And so you still have some goals out there. You can still, you know, everything's still in front of us. And, you know, you can use that bye week next week to get healthy, get right, and, you know, make sure we're in the right framework to finish off strong.
All right, so Coach Timmerman will talk with this team, and Stephenville does get the ball to start the second half. So looks like we're going to have quite the sophisticated halftime performance. Got a bunch of hot air. Looked like they're hot air balloons here with the baskets and everything.
For sure.
And you got, looks like the clouds and the rainbow and everything.
Some big, some props out there for sure. Definitely.
I bet that took a lot to bring that 2 hours down to Marble Falls.
For sure, yes. That's a big commitment right there.
All right, so Marble Falls started off with the ball, and they did, like you mentioned, we talked about this a couple times, got a couple 2-3 yard runs and a manageable 3rd down and 4, but then just an incredible play, and it was a pick 6 to the big defensive lineman, Jackson Richmond, wearing number 0, 225 pounds, 6'5", 225 pounds, used his height and able to knock the ball down, and then caught it tipped it to himself and took it 25 yards, and it's been Stephenville ever since then. And there's been one other turnover that was an interception thrown by Crawford Maddox, but they've done it both running and passing the ball.
They have, and you know, kind of reminiscent to that Gerald game when they took the opening kickoff back for a score, and kind of you know, take a hit to the mouth, get punched in the face there a little bit, and kind of have to stop and regroup there. Kind of there again. You know, we were had a little momentum get there with that opening drive, and you know, if that hadn't happened, maybe we pick up that 1st down, maybe we don't. But you don't just give them an early 6 points off a defensive play there, and so you kind of get down a little bit on yourselves there, and you're just kind of behind the curve, and you're just fighting to get back to even there. And you know, it's unfortunate. It is what it is right now, but you know, we can go in at halftime, just kind of regroup, and just, you know, think of it as 0-0 on the scoreboard, and just kind of, you know, any positive momentums and gains we can make in the second half. You know, we're you know, a little bit of pride factor on the line there. You know, we're just looking to build on ourselves and work on ourselves and work and make the Mustangs better here in the second half.
Well, Kevin, it's always busy in the fall with everything going on. You had the band with performances, and there's been volleyball, there's been tennis and cross country, and now about to have basketball kickoff. And you said girls basketball kicks off this next week?
Yeah, girls basketball start Wednesday is their first day of practice, so they're all excited and gearing up for that, and the boys will be shortly to follow after that. You know, volleyball's right in the thick of things. I think I was reading if they win tonight and win the 2 games next week, they got to win them outright. But then they're they're in the playoffs.
Are they in fourth right now still?
I think so.
Okay.
Yes. So
That's
we
awesome.
need to continue. I haven't seen any updates yet for tonight. That's probably done. I need to check my phone at halftime. We'll see if we can get an update to our audience out there for that. But we got a lot of good things. Coach Whitley was sitting in with you the last couple of weeks, and tennis had a good run. I know they are out of the team tennis playoffs, but they went
to the second round, I believe.
Second round there. So yeah, I mean, good run there, and a lot of positives and momentum going in to their spring season there. But yeah, just a lot of things going. Band's got a competition tomorrow in Burnett for a band competition. I think it's around 11:30, 11:45, something like that they're playing. So if anybody wants to get out for that, they'll be in Burnett, just up the road. I'd like to see a good turnout up there. So again, just it's a busy time. There's so many things going on. All our kids are in multiple activities, and they're just doing what they can to represent the Marble Falls High School.
All right, so you've got the score 49-0 Stephenville on top of the Marble Falls Mustangs, and we are going to take a break, and Kevin and I will have more from Mustang Stadium on KBEY 103.9.
And now, presenting the award-winning 2025-2026 Marble Falls High School Starlet Dance Company.
Ben Shields and Kevin Riddell with you back here at Mustang Stadium at the half, and it's the Mustang Band performing, so I don't think Stephenville brought their full allotment of bands, so that's actually the Mustang props out there.
Stephenville may have a competition tomorrow as well too, and so you may not travel your full band.
Especially a long drive like tonight for them.
Long drive like that. Marble Falls had a competition last week, Saturday, very early. Where I can't remember where exactly it was, but they were going to have to be loaded up and leaving about 4 a.m. So that's why they left second or at the end of halftime at the Burnett.
Yes, I noticed that. They had to get.
Usually you don't do that, but an early wake-up call like that for that many kids, and you got to. And if it was,
you got to get some sleep.
Yeah, I mean it was on the road. I know that wasn't a very far road game last week, but try to minimize the disruptions there as much as possible, and good planning on administration and Mr. Leflett's part there to coordinate that. And, I think they had a good showing last week, and they're looking for another one again tomorrow in Burnett. But I think the fans are going to get to enjoy the full show here tonight, which is nice to see.
Last year was a state performance, state trip for the Marble Falls Band, and that's quite the accomplishment. And that's the band has come quite a ways, haven't they, Kevin?
They have. They've steadily increased every year. Mr. Leffler always talks about the number of kids that are coming out every year continue to grow, and it's good to see that. It's good to see growth in all our programs, the number of kids, and I think we are seeing that year over year. You
always think of all the sports starting summer practice and camp. Well, the band starts in what, the last week of July usually on that hard asphalt.
They probably actually start before the football team, and I know they do try to limit the hours on the asphalt. They're up here early or staying late to do that, but they definitely put in just as many hours as anybody else.
And now, as we've talked about a couple times here on the air with the bond election, they'll be getting a new band hall soon.
Yes, that will be in the works, and I think as we've talked about, that'll actually be kind of going in the what's called the PE gym up here at the high school, and the band hall will eventually be, I think, a space for the cheerleaders and the starlets, the dance team. So they'll have their own space. We're just trying to do some shuffling and making our campus better and allowing all our programs to have a space and to be able to watch them grow and give them the resources they need. So.
And I know we mentioned this before, but in a couple of years, it's going to look totally different around here.
The skyline and rooftops will be totally different up here in the next couple of years. So hopefully we'll, we're starting to see some results come back from the architects with some designs and some planning of that. So we'll start seeing some of those things. Some groundbreaking on some of those projects going forward here before too long.
Being a school board member, how exciting is that to see stuff like that, the architecture and all that?
It's very exciting. Our administration is the one doing a lot of the work. We're not probably in the weeds as much as they are, so they're the ones putting in all the hours and all the planning sessions with the architects. But it is fun to start seeing those projects come to fruition and starting to see kind of some timelines. When those things are going to start getting kicked off, and when the kids, the biggest thing I'll be excited about is, it's great. I go back to appreciative of the community support that we saw in passing those, because that was a big number. That the community, you see that support from the community to stand behind the district and the school to do that. And now we're going to get to see that. And then also, too, the end products. And then the kids will be able to take advantage of those and use those resources and just continue to build on what we've already started here in Marble Falls.
All right, 49-0 Stephenville at the half. The Mustang Band performing for the home crowd here this evening. Do want to thank our sponsors real quick. Big thanks to First United Bank, Hill Country Collision, Lake Shores Church, IBC Bank, and Ewald Kubota. Hill Country Collision, thank you. And so we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from Darby Hambrick. He's with the Marble Falls Area Agricultural Club. They have a big fundraiser coming up on Saturday, October 25th. So Darby Hambrick with the Marble Falls Area Agricultural Club will tell us all about their fundraiser. So stick around for that after this on KBEY 103.9.
The Mustang. Ladies and gentlemen, your Mustang Band. The Mustang Band would like to thank our corporate sponsors, Maypex and Majestic Profession, and our gold sponsors, Marble Falls Chicken Express, Highland Lakes Dental, and Mindy Ritchie from Brace Orthodontics. We would also like to thank Superintendent Dr. Jeff Gassaway, MFISD Administration, High School Principal Patrick Henson, our band boosters, the middle school band aides, and of course our fantastic parents and supporters. Band directors are Anthony Leflet, Omar Cordova, John Tyree, Christian Rodriguez, and William Regalis. Color Guard Director is Jess Dorr. We would like to wish our band good luck as they start their road to state tomorrow in Burnett with a competition at 11:45.
KBEY 103.9. It is at the end of halftime, about 4 minutes left, and then we'll get the second half underway. Stephenville will be getting the ball to begin the second half, as the Mustangs did win the toss to begin the ball game and elected to receive the ball. And so the defense will be on the field first, as it's 49-0 Stephenville. So what do the Mustangs play for here in the second half, Kevin?
Well, I think I may have mentioned you got a little bit of pride on the line here, and we're just kind of let's just run our offense. Let's just try to get some momentum going, get some gains established on the offensive side of the ball, and then again on defense, we were kind of showing a little bit there on that last drive that Stephenville had to do there going into the halftime. Just make them earn every yard. we may get a little bit lucky here, and they may start putting some second-string guys in and maybe getting a little bit leveler playing field there, and we'll see what we can do. But, just kind of, again, maybe just look at the scoreboard as 0-0. Let's kind of start all over and see what we can do.
All right, so Stephenville out and about to go through their tunnel and then the run-through. Mustangs about to make their way back on the field for the second half as well. Here's Stephenville onto the field. So again, it's a bye week next week for the Mustangs, and then they'll have two more district games remaining. Lampasas and a tight one with Burnett, 21-17.
See how that one we'll keep the audience surprised as that one unfolds. And the Lampasas Badgers will be our the first game out of the break.
That game will be in Lampasas, and that's always a fun stadium in the middle of town and a bunch of trees, and everybody's tight together.
It's been a while since. Is it still grass?
It's still grass,
so
yes.
It's still grass, okay.
That'll be the only grass field the Mustangs will play on this year.
Yeah, there's probably not too many grass fields left. Probably,
not very many.
At least at a 4A, 5A, or 6A level. I mean, you're going to see it a lot with the smaller classifications. But, for a 4A school, and that's just something that they may never, Marble Falls had that for many, many years. We had the stadium there behind the middle school, and we would transport up there. But
they built that new high school about 15 years ago, and even a track there, but they never decided to put a football there. I guess they like the charm of the in-city stadium.
Yes. Parking's horrendous.
Yes,
you got to get there early.
Yes.
But the charm and mystique of the stadium right there behind Storms, it's the Badgers thing.
Yep, in the middle of a bunch of trees in the neighborhood.
Yep.
All right, so the Mustangs have made their way on the field, and we're about to get the second half underway in Marble Falls. Again, Stephenville with a nice contingent on hand this evening.
They always travel well, and the Mustangs faithful are still here. Band's still playing. We're still got some fight in us, which is good to see. And you never know. Well, let's just we'll start the game over here in the second half, and we'll go from there.
For years, Stephenville played their home games on the campus of Tarleton State, and then a few years ago, Tarleton State and Stephenville came to an agreement that they would no longer use the field as Tarleton was moving up a division, and they expanded their stadium. And I think they may want to play some Friday night games and get some TV exposure. So Stephenville passed a bond election, and Stephenville, of course, being a perennial power, they went all out and turned that thing into a palace, from what I understand.
It sounds like it's a site for that could compete with Jerry with the phone booth, right? So
we'll see if it'll be interesting to see where Marble Falls goes when the numbers come out at the 1st of February, and see where the Mustangs go, and if Stephenville's included again in the district.
It will be interesting to see how that kind of shakes out. I think that attendance number is taken here sometime before the end of this month.
Pretty soon.
It gets turned in, and then we'll know what that first Tuesday in February usually is, somewhere right around there, on how that's going to shake out, if we're going to kind of stay where we're at and stay in this district and region, or if we're going to get switched around.
Here's the pooch kick by Joaquin, taken at the 28. Return man at the 40, still up. The 50, that's Juergens, into Mustangs territory, takes about 2 or 3 defenders, still going all the way down to the 30-yard line, and he's going to take that about 42 yards on the return.
We had plenty of Mustangs there, just could not ever get him on the ground. He kept turning his legs and spinning.
Number 10,
great return.
He took a pile about 5 to 10 yards, and great field position for the Yellow Jackets to start the second half. Ball sits at the Marble Falls 30 to begin second half play.
First and 10, Yellow Jackets from the Mustang 30.
The ball for the Yellow Jackets, first down and 10, going with 3 wideouts. New quarterback in the ball game. Start the second half. It's a low snap. He's got it. Kick pass out to the left. 25 down the left sideline at the 10. Tackled at the 8-yard line. 22-yard gain That is going to be Grayson Copeland, the quarterback, and he completes that out to Donham to the 6-yard line. So they're going to say a 14-yard gain and 24-yard gain. Math isn't my strong suit. 24 yards there. First and goal.
Doak Timmerman got out there from his linebacker position and got that tackle down the field.
Grayson Copeland in the shotgun on first down and 10. 3 wide out set for Stephenville. Copeland to throw. Left corner of the end zone for Donham, and it's incomplete, knocked away.
Yeah, good job.
And it is going to be a second down and 10 at that time with the coverage is going to be Landon Campbell knocking away for the Mustangs.
Yeah, good job. That ball kind of hung up in the air. It allowed him to get his head turned around and find the ball and got his hands up there and knocked that one away.
Even had CJ who knocked it away there, Kevin.
Yep.
So good play. Second down and goal here at the 6-yard line. 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Van Zant's the running back. The new quarterback, Grayson Copeland in the shotgun. Second down and goal. He's got the ball. He wants to throw, slant, incomplete. Good coverage that time. Thompson there for Marble Falls. Third down and goal.
They're just letting, kind of letting our defense play there a little bit, but good coverage and, make them earn it.
Again, the pass coverage has improved for the Mustangs here in the last 2 or 3 series. Third down and goal at the 6. Copeland in the shotgun. Van Zant's to his right. They'll stay with 3 wide outs on third down and goal. It'll be a handoff up the middle. Van Zant's going to be just shy at the 1-yard line, so fourth down and goal after a 5-yard pickup, but I imagine Stephenville's going to try to punch it in here.
I would assume so. Probably bring their jumbo package in.
Bringing in a big lineman out there, big tight end. All right, so big fourth down coming up. Noah Adams, a big tight end at 240 pounds out there. Fourth down and goal at the 1, 2 wide outs. Shotgun for Copeland. Van Zant's the running back to his right on fourth down and goal. Big fourth down here in the third quarter. He's got it. Handoff Van Zant. I don't think he got in initially. He's not in.
Good penetration.
He is denied.
Yeah. Great penetration by our front 4 there. And linebacker scraping over the top. Was able to keep him out of the end zone. Great job by the defense there. That's what you need. You need to stop. Let's turn it over and see what we can do.
Caleb Biefeld there for the Mustangs. One of the Mustangs to stop him, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. He tried to go high, and the Mustangs denied him the goal line, and so the Mustangs at the 1. So they are backed up, but they did keep him out of the end zone, and the biggest play of the game for the Mustangs.
Yeah, great job by the defense there. Kind of a bend, don't break, and kept him out of the end zone.
Wouldn't they love a 99-yard sustaining drive here?
It'd be awesome. So, hey, I don't see big number 70 out there on the defensive line to start this series, so maybe we can get some movement from our offensive line on this next group of Stephenville Yellow Jackets.
Definitely not as big out there on the second unit. Maddox in the shotgun. He's got the snap, handoff up the middle, but I think it's going to be a safety. That's Diego. No signal yet. It is a safety.
He did.
He cannot get out of the end zone. Penetration by the second team DL by Stephenville, and they get a safety to make it 51-0 with 10-11 to go, and they're going to get the ball. Just couldn't get the push there to get some breathing room.
Yeah, I mean, we got to know that they're going to gang up on us. I mean, they had 4 down linemen. They brought extra guys down in the box, but we just need to fight through that, but just too much for us there.
All right, so it'll be a
kickoff from the 20.
Free kick, I guess. Do they kick off or punt it? What do they do here?
I think you always have the option. It seems like you see a lot of times more of a punt.
Yeah.
I don't understand that, but there's probably somebody that knows more than I do there.
Because don't kickoffs typically go farther than punts?
You would think you can get more on the kickoff, yes. So.
All right, so it's 51-0, a safety by the. Just talking about that second team DL, and there they go. They get push. And
yep.
Mustangs down 51-0. right, so let's see what Joaquin's going to do here. Will he punt it or kick it away?
He just had the tee tossed to him there, so we're gonna look like we're gonna tee it up,
kick it away here,
which would be my strategy. So
yes.
I would agree with this one. So.
All right, so it's going to be teed off at the 20-yard line here by Joaquin Aguilar. Kicking right to left here. Again, safety by Stephenville. So the Mustangs got turnover on downs, but they got the ball at the 1-yard line. And next play, Stephenville tackles Diego Aguilar in the end zone. Here comes the kick from Joaquin. Goes out of bounds. Flag comes in. So is that probably the 40, or where do they put this ball here?
Well,
because he caught it at the 35.
So, yeah, I mean, what is it, a 10-yard penalty or?
I'm not sure here. Well, right now they're set it up at the 50. That's a big.
So that's a 15-yard.
That's pretty punitive there. Yes. Ball sits at the 50-yard line.
I mean, at that point, you might as well just try to put as much leg into it and just,
let it go.
Yep, for sure.
Stephenville's offense on the field for the second time in the second half. Grayson Copeland. We have Van Zant, his running back, out there to his right. We'll have two receivers to the right, one to the left on a 1st down and 10. Ball sitting right at the 50-yard line for Stephenville. 10-11 on the clock in the third, 51-0. Low snap, Copeland hands off to Van Zandt up the middle, the 35, and an open field tackle at the 29. Now before he gets 21 yards, Greg Lemons had some touchdown-saving tackles this evening.
He has been all over the field.
He has.
For the Mustangs tonight. That was just a good job by their offensive line, just opened up a big old hole right up the middle, and Van Zandt hit it and just turned on his speed.
Under 10 to play now in the third quarter. 51-0 Stephenville. Twins left side, a receiver to the right as Copeland looked over the sideline to get the play. Running back to his left, that's Van Zandt, who just had the long run. Ball at the Mustang 28-yard line. Van Zandt this time wrapped up and going nowhere, maybe back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
I think that was Graham in there from his outside backer position, flying in there and getting that tackle.
Biefeld there as well, helping out, and it's going to be a 2nd down and 10.
No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
9:08 to go in this third quarter. 2nd down and 10. Same setup with the 3 wideouts. Play clock at 15. Copeland with the running back, Van Zandt to his right on 2nd down. 9 seconds on the play clock as Copeland looks at the sideline and gives his call to the line. Now down to 4. He's got the ball. There's Van Zandt up the middle, finds a hole into the red zone to the 16-yard line. 12-yard gain and a fresh set of downs for the Jackets.
You know, looks like Stephenville's got their backup offensive line in there, but they're still just they're leaning on our tired defensive front there, and I don't think he was touched till he was about 10 yards down the field.
8:25 in the third quarter.
Lane's Chicken will be open late night after the game.
All right, so Copeland, the fresh set of downs, gives the call to his line again, and Van Zandt's going to be behind Copeland in the pistol on 1st down. Copeland has the shotgun snap, give to Van Zandt. This time he's bottled up, and it's going to be no gain. So the second time on this drive where they've tackled him. Christian Cervantes Mauricio in there.
Yeah, good job by the front 6 of our defense there, clogging up the middle there and not allowing any gain.
51-0 Stephenville, 7:40 left in the third quarter. They're going to go trips right side. Actually lost a yard there, so tackle for a loss for the Mustangs defense. 2nd down and 11. Ball at the Mustang 17, pistol formation with Van Zandt. Now he'll be to the left of his QB. Copeland to throw. He's looking right side, receiver screen. Caught at the 15, and then tackled down to the 10, 7-yard gain. 3rd down and 4 this time for Stephenville. And that time making the reception going to be Donham, and it's 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, good job of the defense, just kind of keeping them in front and didn't allow much yards after catch on that one.
6:55 to go in the third quarter. Mustangs behind 51-0. Safety for Stephenville in this third quarter. Two receivers to the right side, two tight end set for Stephenville. Van Zant still the running back. Copeland's going to give it to Van Zant. Van Zant behind his line is wrapped up, and there's Brody Graham there at the 7. 3-yard gain, so 4th down and one other big 4th down coming up here in the third.
It is, yeah. Good job, Graham stepping up there and put a good lick on the running back there, but see what we can do here on this 4th and short.
4th down and one. Ball sitting at the 7-yard line for Stephenville. As we approach 6 minutes to go in this third quarter, it's 4th down and one. Our Mustangs already with one turnover on downs defensively. Looking for number 2, Van Zant to the right of Copeland. Play clock at 7. Copeland has a snap. It's a low snap. Gives to Van Zant. Has the first down. And he's fighting for the goal line. He's in. Touchdown on 4th down. He goes 7 yards and more points for Stephenville. 57-0 with 5:50 to go in the third.
Yeah, even with that low snap, they were able to kind of get the handoff and get the mash there and drove that one into the end zone.
Extra point try coming up for Stephenville. Bucci with the hold. Extra point try on the way with the foot of Ferguson, and it's good. It is now 58-0 Stephenville with 5:50 to go here in the third. Back after this on KBEY 103.9. Here comes the Diego Aguilar return, and he breaks a tackle and goes left, and he's able to cross the 35. And they mark him out right at the 35-yard line, so a good return and decent field position for the Mustangs. 5:39 to go in the third quarter. Stephenville in front, 58-0.
Yeah, a little bit better breather room here to start this series. This will be the second possession here in the second half, so maybe we can get something going here offensively.
Land Passes has extended their lead 28-17 over the Bulldogs. Late third quarter. 5:39 to go in the third. Doak Timmerman, the running back, he gets his number called, goes forward and gets some positive yardage. Gets a 3-yard pickup at the 38-yard line with 5.5 to go in the third quarter.
Good tough 3-yard run, and let's just kind of build off of that from here.
Makacek, one of the receivers out to the right for your Mustangs, as well as Greg Culver, a junior receiver. Taking a receiver to the left for the Mustangs on 2nd down and 7. Maddox has it. Going to call his own number up the middle. Has some positive yardage across the 40 to the 41. Here's 3 yards, so 3rd down and 4 coming up for the Mustangs. With 5 left in the third.
I think that was no RPO on that. I think that was designed pull
all the way
by Crawford to see what he could pick up there.
4:43 to go. Maddox looks over to the sideline. Timmerman's in the backfield with them on 3rd down. Same 3 receivers out there on 3rd down and 4. Maddox rolls right to throw. He's looking, throws for the sideline. It is caught.
Good.
Should be a first down. It is at the 46-yard line. And that time it's going to be good to see Culver with his first varsity catch. But the junior called up, and he gets that 4-yard catch, about a 5-yard catch, and a first down for the Mustangs at the 46.
Yeah, I mean, great route, great play all around. I mean, he ran yard past the sticks, turned, ball was there, made the catch, and good job picking up the first down.
And he hung on to it.
Yep.
All right, so it is going to be 1st and 10. It's RPO, and he swings out the Makachek at the 54-yard gain. So pulled it out as he was going to give it to Timmerman and threw it over the left side.
Yeah, this is good to see. I mean, this is what we need. This is what you're wanting to do here. Just work on your offense, work on your plays, get some momentum going.
3:35 and counting in the 3rd quarter. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down. Ball back to Maddox. Looking to throw. Looking for the seam. Has Makachek just a little bit of a yard past him, incomplete. Just a little too strong, and it's 3rd down and 6. He got a step on the defender.
He did. He was splitting them. Maybe a little more air on that pass, and he would have run under that one. So I think Trey, he's got some speed. He may have been able, if that had been connected, he may have been able to pull that one through.
3rd down and 6 for the Mustangs. Ball right at the 50-yard line. 3:20 to go. Now the 3rd quarter, 58-0 Stephenville. Doak back in to the right of the QB Maddox. Crawford rolls right. Being chased, going to throw underneath. It's caught. First down. 39-yard line. Took a hard hit. That's Culver again with his 2nd catch. That's 11 yards and a Mustangs first down.
Yep. Keep marching down the field. This is good to see.
Best drive by far for the Mustangs. First down and 10 at the 39 of Stephenville. Mustangs keeping with the 3 wideouts. Culver, the receiver to the right. You got Makachek and Dickin, the receiver to the left. On 1st down and 10, Timmerman's the running back. Doak's going to carry, has a whole right side, and then he hits the 36, and then they'll give him the 35, 4-yard gain. That
he might have had a few extra yards there. He thought about trying to cut it back a little bit, and when he did, the pursuit got to him. But I think if he would have just kind of kept riding to the outside, he may have had a couple more yards there, Ben. But good first down pickup. So staying ahead of the chains.
That's important for the Mustangs with under 2.5 to play in the 3rd quarter. Mustangs have the ball sitting at the Stephenville 35. 3 receivers for the Mustangs. Maddox hands off to Diego. Diego bounces it out.
Yep.
He's got the 30. Actually didn't quite make it there. Oh, now they move it to the 30, so 5-yard gain.
Kind of rounded it off
yeah,
there a
he
little
did.
bit there, so we appreciate
we'll
that
take
for
it.
him. So, but yeah, good job. I mean, receivers and offensive line were sealing off, and good 2nd down run there.
3rd down and 1 for the Mustangs. Under 2 to play in the 3rd. To get a score here would be just nice
huge,
confidence booster.
Huge confidence. You're not getting no goose egg on the scoreboard, so yes.
Maddox has a snap again. Hand off. Diego with a tough run. Didn't go down on first contact. Gets the first down to the 27. And check that. Maddox kept it. He kept it himself that time.
Crawford kept it that time.
Yeah.
He pulled it, and smart decision there. Was able to tough yardage and get that first down. And again, we're just continuing to methodically march down the field. I mean, we can't ask for anything better right now. Everything's kind of clicking a little bit here, so let's just keep doing what we're doing.
Doak's the running back, and with Maddox. Maddox in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Doak is going to help block as Maddox looking to throw downfield. It's a high throw off the hands of Makachek, incomplete. Floated in the air, and luckily he fell to the turf. 2nd and 10.
Yeah. Little high there for him to get up and climb the ladder and get that one, but good route, good decision. He was open. We just need to.
He found a hole in the defense.
Yep, sat down. Good job by Trey there.
1:05 left in this 3rd quarter. Mustangs sitting at the Stephenville 27. Maddox calls his own number, gets a block from Timmerman, cuts up on the block, across the 25 to the 24-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and 3rd down and 7 coming up, under a minute to go in the third. 58-0 Stephenville.
What, 3rd and 7, Ben, you said, and I think at this point we're in 2-down territory, so you don't have to pick it all up here. Maybe get half or get as much as you can, and then regroup and try to pick it up on the 4th down.
Bill Felt checks in, and it is 3rd down and 7 for the Mustangs. Ball sitting at the Stephenville 24. 3 wideouts for the Mustangs. Dokes the running back. Maddox again going to call his own number up the middle, and he's going to be maybe well, they have him at the 20. I thought he got the 19.
He's laying a yard over.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is on the 19 there. I guess they gave it to us on the last one.
Well, we can only give you one. All right, so 4-yard pickup, and going to be 4th down and just a shade over 2 yards here.
We got 5 seconds left to go. We'll probably let this one click down and take our time and get a good call for the 4th down. We'll
move to the south side of the stadium for this 4th period and for this big 4th down coming up. Go to the 4th. Stephenville leads 58-0 on KBEY 103.9. We begin the 4th quarter. It's 58-0 Stephenville. Big 4th down coming up for the Mustangs. 4th down and 3. Just at the edge of the red zone at the 20. So they need about the 17.5 here. So 2.5 yards to get for the Mustangs, and they would certainly love to keep this drive going.
Yeah, I think for all the reasons we need this drive to continue to go on. So hopefully we've got dialed up a good play here and see what we can do.
4th and 3. Maddox in the shotgun. Timmerman the running back. Maddox calls the quarterback keeper up the middle, and it's going to be close. Needed the 17. Now the far side official short the. I don't know. Let's see here.
Let's see what they're gonna.
Needed it between the 18 and the 17, and they're going to say it's a turnover on downs, just shy. Looking at that ball, oh man, that is so close. I mean, that is like inches shy.
It was close. It was very
man,
close. Yeah.
Love to see them bring the chains out for that, but they're not going to.
Yeah, we didn't even get a measurement there. So
you never see them bring the chains out anymore.
They don't do that anymore, do they? Yeah, that used to happen all the time. So
that's a turnover on downs. Mustangs just inches from that 1st down.
Unfortunate there. I mean, I think that was the right play. I mean, because Doak was leading the way, so we had a lead blocker there and let Crawford run it up in there, and just a little bit short there. So
1st and 10 Stephenville after the turnover on downs. Copeland's the QB in the shotgun. 2 wideouts to the right. Flag comes in. Going to have a false start against Stephenville. Van Zant's the running back. He was going to get the carry, but plays blown dead there. Marked off back inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. 1st down and 15. Mustangs substituting D-line here, the linebackers. Copeland's in the shotgun. Van Zant, the running back, gives to Van Zant, and Doak Timmerman wraps him up, and not much going on. Maybe a yard. Gets 2 yards. They'll give him the 15.
Yeah.
2-yard gain.
Timmerman started that off for the Mustangs.
Yep, good penetration there by the front 6 there by the Mustang defense. So again, just continue to try to just keep putting pressure on them and make them earn it. Make them earn every yard here.
11:24 and counting. Mustangs trail 58-0. Two receivers are to the right for Stephenville with one receiver to the left. And Van Zandt is going to be with the QB Copeland in the shotgun on 2nd down and long. Copeland claps his hands. He's got it, looks left. Passes off the hands of a receiver, Donham, incomplete. 3rd down and 13. Just took his eye off the ball.
Yeah, I think he saw some green grass in front of him and just went right through his hands.
It did.
So, yeah. And that's all right. We'll take that. So
they would love a 3 and out here and would probably get decent field position and force a punt.
Hey, yeah. I mean, Stephenville needs to practice their punting some,
yeah,
don't they? So,
that's right.
Right? They probably won't be happy about that, but hey, we'll
get some work in.
Let's force them into a 4th down for sure.
11:01 to go. Here's 3rd down and 13. They've got twins to the right and a receiver to the left. That's Donham. Copeland's in the shotgun. The throw. It's a screen. Van Zandt has some room. The 20, the 25, and he's going to be wrapped up by Bunning just shy. Maybe a couple yards shy at the 26-yard line. So he gets 11 there, and it's 4th down and 2. They're keeping the offense on the field right now.
They are, yeah.
So it'd be 4th down and 2. I guess I don't agree with you that they need to work on their punting. All right, so right now the offense stays on for Stephenville. 4th down and about 2.
Come on, defense.
Ball's at the 27 of Stephenville. And Copeland's in the shotgun. 4th down and 2. Copeland. They're going to try to draw him off here. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and now maybe they'll bring the punting unit on as they called a timeout with 10:04 to go, and now they're going to punt it away. So the Mustangs defense gets a 3 and out.
A little bend don't break philosophy there, even on that screen pass there, and kept them in front and got them on the ground. And here we are. This is a good sign. This is good so far.
Another chance for the offense to get in some work and see if they can cobble together a drive and maybe get some points on the board.
Yep. Let's secure this punt if they do come out and punt it back to us and secure it and get some good field position and get that offense back out there and start seeing what we can do.
Yeah, obviously, you don't like being down 58-0, but the Mustangs definitely showing no quit and out there.
They're still trying. They're still out there hustling, and I think a good goal is to try to get that goose egg off the scoreboard there.
Longbine stands at the 37 for the Mustangs to return this punt. We'll get off a nice high spiraling punt. Longbine says get away from it. Takes a big Stephenville hop inside the 20, still going all the way down to the 15-yard line. And Stephenville with the bounce there. And
I mean, I think you'd like to see wave your arm, get the fair catch, but get over there and catch that ball and don't let that rolled another 20 yards for the Jackets there.
Came to probably about a 57-yard punt there for the Jackets. So thinking that the Mustangs would get good field position, but the punt takes a big roll and the Mustangs will have it at the 15-yard line. 9:53 to go. All right, so 58-0 Jackets. Mustangs bring the offense back on the field. Joaquin Aguilar is going to be the running back. Dickin, the receiver to the left. You've got Makachek, one of the receivers to the left, and Culver as well with Makachek on 1st and 10. Maddox has the low snap, handoff. Joaquin gets a block from Makachek, turns upfield. He's at the 20, breaks a tackle, and a nice run. Gets a 1st down, 11-yard run for Joaquin Aguilar to the 26-yard line. 1st down and 10 Mustangs.
Yeah, good strong run there by Joaquin, and that's what we expect from our first-string running back there. Broke several arm tackles and good 11-yard run and setting up the chains again.
1st and 10. Maddox with Aguilar to his left. 3 wide outs. Maddox, quick throw out to the left. And it's almost pick six, bobbled, and he can't haul it in. He stepped in front of the pass intended for Makachek, and he bobbled it like 3 or 4 times. And if he hangs on to it, that's their second pick six. But luckily, it's not. That was Jordan Cordoza, and it's incomplete. Second down and 10.
Yeah. Luckily, the ball bounced in our favor on that one, and we'll just chalk that one up and live to fight second down here.
Go to the next one.
Yes.
Second down and 10, 9:22 to go. 58-0 Stephenville. Dickin and Makachek, your receivers to the left. Culver, the receiver to the right. Denton's a tight end left side. Maddox to throw again. Pressure at the middle. Gets out to Culver. It's a screen. Gets a block. Breaks one tackle. And he dives out to the 32. Nice effort to get the 6 yards. Third down and 4 for the Mustangs.
Good little, I'm liking what I'm seeing out of 14 out there.
Yeah.
He's, anytime he's getting his hands on the ball, he's knowing what to do with it. So.
Making some plays.
Yep.
Third down and 4. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Look over to get the call from Coach Timmerman on third down. 8:47 and counting. Maddox to throw again, has a pocket. Throws down the right sideline. Culver, and it's incomplete. Flag comes in. Pass interference against Stephenville. And a fresh set of downs for the Mustangs. Will take it out to the 47.
I think he was there a little bit early, Ben, and definitely over his back there. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take that. Keep the chains, set them up, and we'll keep going.
I don't think Stephenville likes it, but the Mustangs
but
certainly will take it.
I'm not worried that they don't like it at all. So, yep.
This will take it out to the 47 and a fresh set of downs for your Mustangs with 8:35 to go, trailing 58-0.
First and 10 Mustangs from their own 42-yard line.
You're going to have Denton and Culver, the receivers, to the right.
47-yard line.
Dickin and Makachek to the left. Joaquin Aguilar, the running back to the left of Maddox on first down and 10. Maddox puts Aguilar in motion to the right. Wants to throw, rolls to his left, being chased. He can run, he's going to run. Crosses the 50, still up, has the first down. Flag comes in about 30 yards torpedoed from the back judge. It's an 11-yard pickup, but is that a holding call?
I guess, but
I don't think I've ever seen a flag chunk that.
You had 3 linemen that were even further down the field, and it's a run. They can be downfield at that point. Blocking the back.
Blocking the back against the Mustangs. 8:25 to go. Mark from the 47 here.
You know, Stephenville's penalties always in the first half were downfield,
Yeah.
so it didn't hurt them near as bad. But ours is always at the line of scrimmage,
Yes.
right? So we get the full
effect. The 10 yards to make it first down and 20 takes it back to the third down.
Mustangs are
and 7.
Yeah.
All right, so they'll move Dickin and Denton to the left, and Culver and Makachek move to the right side. First and 20 for Marble Falls at its 30. Maddox has the ball. The throw has time, and it's intercepted at the 40. The 35 never saw the linebacker to the 31-yard line, and the third turnover by the Mustangs, and that time Elliot Rivera with the interception. He just never saw him underneath there,
Never
Kevin.
saw him. He just, linebacker was just dropping back to his drop zone there and fell underneath it. Said, hey, looky here what I got. Luckily, Joaquin was there to not let him get too far down the field.
8:18 to go in the ball game. 58-0 Jackets. So drive looked like it had some promise, especially after the pass interference call, and then the run on first down, but it called back by a penalty. And unfortunately, that put a crank in that drive.
I would expect the Yellow Jackets here to just kind of come out and maybe keep this on the ground and keep that clock running, but we'll see.
New running back in the ball game. Copeland still in as the QB, first and 10. He's going to throw, and it's caught. Turns upfield to the 25, 26, 5-yard gain. That time making the catch. Jordan Cordoza, and it'll be second down and about 4 coming up.
I have noticed that they do seem to.
Copeland's pass
They like to
complete
pass a lot on
Cardozo.
first
Talk
down,
about
which
bunnies.
is typically a running down, but they do like to pass a lot on the
6-yard
first
gain.
down.
2nd and 4.
Brandon Champion, he is the running back. He's a senior. 2nd down and 4, 7:40 and counting. 2 receivers are to the right for Stephenville, with Copeland in the shotgun. Ball at the Mustang 25. He's going to hand off. That's Champion, and Champion has the first down, still up inside the 20. He goes out of bounds at the 15, a gain of 10 yards. Clock stops with 7:21 to go.
Braxton Champion on the play. Knocked out of bounds by 28.
58-0 Jackets. Ball sits at the 15-yard line.
Plays good for a Yellow Jacket first down.
Yellow Jackets seem to be content on taking a little bit more time. They've been a little more methodical there and calling the plays and letting the play clock turn down.
6:55 to go. 58-0 Stephenville. Champion gets his second carry. This time he's wrapped up. He goes nowhere. Bill felt there, and it's 2nd down and 10.
Braxton Champion brought down by Caleb Byfeld. No gain on the
Yeah,
play.
good job by
2nd and
Caleb
10.
of getting in there and getting him on the ground there with little to no gain. 2nd down and long.
6.5 on the clock. 2nd down and 10. As Copeland, the quarterback, goes to the sideline to get the call. So, as you said, a no rush.
Yeah, they're at that point now where they're just trying
Letting
to,
time go.
Yep, trying to take up as much as they can.
2nd and 10. There's Champion. Champion has a bit of a hole, and it closes as he finds the 11. It's a 4-yard gain. 3rd down and 6 with under 6 to play.
Champion on the carry. Tackle by number 4.
Defense has got to dig deep here and keep your heads up and
3rd and 5.
try to keep them out of the end zone right here.
Mark him at the 10, 3rd down and 5. Approaching 5.5 to go. Champion to the left of his QB, Copeland. He got 2 receivers stacked to the left. It's going to be a slant, and it's caught into the end zone. Touchdown, 10 yards. Rory McNeese makes the catch from his QB, Copeland. And the Jackets go over 60 points, 64-0. 5:22 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, didn't want that to happen, but that's why you got to keep your head up and keep fighting there. That was a good pitch and catch by the Yellow Jackets.
Extra point try coming up off the foot of Cooper Ferguson. And here comes the extra point try. It's on the way, and it is going to be good. 65-0 Stephenville back after this on KBEY 103.9. Stephenville gets a passing touchdown. Copeland finds McNeese. And Stephenville leads 65-0, 5:22 to go. Kick returned by Diego from the 14. 25 to 30, the 35 to 40, out to the 43-yard line, and a nice return of 23 yards for Diego.
Yeah, probably our best starting field position of the night. Good, just kind of straight up the field, made a couple guys miss, and great job by Diego on that kickoff return.
Sounds like the Burnett game's coming down to the end there, Kevin.
It is 28-23. Lampasas up right now. Last check, it said a minute 57 left in the game. Was the last update we've got here, Ben. So we'll see how that one kind of shakes out.
Mustangs trot onto the field, and Crawford Maddox has Diego Aguilar to his right. Makachek and Coleman, the receivers, to the left. Culver to the right. Ball back to Maddox. Hands off to Diego. Diego turns upfield, and he's hit the 49. It's a pickup of 4. We approach 5 minutes to go in the ball game. 65 to nothing Jackets.
Cole Chaplin leading the charge for the Yellow Jackets.
Culver stays the receiver to the right. Coleman's to the left. Makachek's going to join Coleman over there. Still waiting for the call from the sideline. 4:40 to go. Three receivers for the Mustangs on 2nd down and 6. Makachek in motion. Fakes the handout to Makachek. Gives it to Diego up the middle. He's wrapped up at the 48. Be a 3-yard gain. 3rd down and 3.
Again, we're still kind of ahead of the chains here. Third and manageable here. Let's see if we can pick this up and keep the chains moving.
Obviously 4-down territory for the Mustangs. Makachek moves over with Culver to the right. Coleman to the left by himself. Aguilar, that's Diego, to the right of Maddox on 3rd down and 3. Maddox going to run, and he turns upfield, has a 1st down, still going, the 40 to the 36-yard line. That'll be 12-yard gain down to the 36 up Stephenville. Stops the clock with 3:53 to go.
Good job of Crawford of kind of getting to the edge, putting his foot in the ground and getting upfield and getting that 1st down.
Culver to the right. You got Coleman to the left. Denton's the tight end left side. Makachek will be with Coleman now to the left. Diego stays to the left of Maddox on 1st and 10. Maddox has the ball. Gives to Diego up the middle, and Diego keeps his legs churning to get about 3 extra yards down to the 28. It's an 8-yard pickup and a 2nd down and 2.
Good strong run by Diego there. Looked like he had somebody pulling there, leading him up in the hole, and that helped getting a strong 8 yards there on that 1st down.
32, Elijah Rivera.
2nd down and 2. Ball is at the Stephenville 28-yard line. Three minutes to go. 3 wideouts for Marble Falls. 2 backs in the backfield now. And Diego gets his number called behind a Timmerman block, turns upfield, and he's got the 1st down. Gets 5 yards to the Stephenville 23. Clock will stop momentarily with 2:48 to go.
Yeah, good job. I mean, kind of just
that plays good for a Mustang.
in a sense, a sweep outside to the left-hand side with Doak leading the way there, and when he's tried to cut back a little bit, the pursuit from the Yellow Jackets were there to get him.
2.5 to go. Maddox with 2 backs in the backfield. That's Timmerman and Diego. He's going to throw. Makachek can't hold on at the 20. He was looking upfield, and it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
I think he turned his head a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
Saw some green grass there and just kind of took his concentration off and went right through his hands.
2:21 to go. Makachek and Culver stay to the right. Coleman's the receiver to the left. Timmerman will stay in the ball game with Diego Aguilar as the running backs, with Crawford Maddox on 2nd down and 10 at the Stephenville 23. Mustangs trail 65-0. Hand off to Doak up the middle. Doak will get to the 16-yard line. That's a 7-yard gain. And 3rd down and 3 coming up for the Mustangs.
Let's take us down to the
2-minute timeout here, yep. They'll have 3 timeouts remaining. And that will be the 2-minute warning. So the 3rd down and 3 coming up for the Mustangs. They would love to get something on the board here.
Yeah,
That brings us to our 2
In the 4th here, down 65-0. Back after this on KBEY. Third down and 3 for the Mustangs. Ball sits at the 16 of Stephenville. 3 wideouts, 2 backs to the backfield with Maddox. Maddox will give to Diego. Finds a seam, has the first down, crosses the 10. First down and goal at the 9. 7-yard gain. Found a nice hole left side and fresh set of downs and a first down and goal for the Mustangs looking to punch it in here.
it looks like they're right at the 10-yard line, so we're
First
and goal,
from
and
the 10.
good last play by Diego.
Timmerman and Diego Aguilar, the backs with the QB, Maddox. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left on a first down and 10. Aguilar in motion on the backfield, handoff Timmerman. He's hit behind the line for a 2-yard loss. We're going to go ahead and pause quickly here for station identification.
On the carry.
Second down and a goal at the 11 for the 1-yard tackle. Timmerman and Aguilar stay the running backs. 3 receivers for the Mustangs. The throw, Maddox has Makacek, turns inside, dives for the goal line, he's in. Touchdown Mustangs on the board with 1:02 to go. It's an 11-yard pass. Maddox finds Makacek, who made a nice move inside and diving in for the goal line. And the Mustangs on the board with 1:02 to go.
And the fans go wild here,
Yeah.
man. It's you can hear in the background noise there. It's a proud accomplishment, you know, to get the goose egg off the scoreboard there. And it looks like we came back to that same play to Atreyu there. And this time he concentrated. He made sure he got that catch, but he turned around and got in the end zone and fought hard to get that touchdown.
He made sure his knee stayed off the ground and got the ball over the plane, and it broke the plane for sure. And here comes the Diego Aguilar, or check that, the Joaquin Aguilar extra point try. It's a low one, but it's good.
Good.
And the Mustangs on the board, 65-7 with 1:02 to go, and give them some confidence going down and driving.
For sure, that was good. I mean, we did most of that on the ground. I know we scored there with the touchdown, but did most of the work on the ground there, which was good, and just great, confidence booster there at the end to punch that one in and get that 7 points on the score.
Last year, I think it was 63-0, so to get some
yes,
points.
We're improvement from last year
Yes.
already, so yes, for sure.
All right, so the Mustangs get on the board with 1:02 to go. Again, like the move by Makacek, too, because once he caught it, he moved inside the defender to get those extra yards for the touchdown.
Yep. And a little score update there, Ben. Looks like the Dave Campbell's scoreboard there says Lampasas took the win, 28-23, so they held off the Bulldogs there.
Wow, that was quite a ball game.
Yeah, well, I think a little bit closer than probably some of the experts may have thought there. So, but
With 1:02 to go, 65-7. Aguilar's teed up at the 40. So I think Lampasas gets Stephenville next week.
Yes, I think that's right.
And the Bulldogs get Brownwood, and the Mustangs are off. All right, here comes Joaquin's kick. It's a pooch. Fair caught at the 32-yard line. See if Stephenville takes a knee here.
I guess we'll have to take 2 of them, if I do my math right.
I believe so, yes, sir.
Yep.
Ball's at the 29 here. 30, yeah, the 34, excuse me. You're right. There was just runs of 4, 5, 6 yards, a couple 11-yard runs there, and nice sustaining drive.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what we needed to do. That's some good confidence booster. Good way to kind of cap off that drive to get the score and kind of cap off the end of this game here for the offense. Kind of going into the bye week with a good taste in your mouth there. So
1:02 to go. Copeland's back out there. He's got his running back, Champion, and it looks like they're going to be in victory formation. They'll take a couple knees here, and the ball game will be over. There's the knee. One more coming up. I believe Lampasas has to go up to Stephenville next week. All right, so one more knee, and that's the ball game. So the Mustangs get a touchdown with a minute to go in the ball game and avoid the shutout. Low snap, takes a knee, and that'll be our last snap of the ball game. That'll be final 65-7 as players start shaking hands. Good sportsmanship out there between the Mustangs and the Jackets. And so they'll line up and shake hands at the 50 as the clock is winding down here. Clock still with 5 seconds to go, but teams already shaking hands, and that'll be the ball game. Mustangs will go to 3-5, 0-2 in district play. Stephenville stays undefeated, 7-0, 1-0 in district play. Mustangs going into a bye, but at least they get a confidence-building touchdown there in the end. Kevin, I'll be here to break it down on KBEY 103.9. It's a final at Mustang Stadium, 65-7, Stephenville. Mustangs getting a touchdown. And 1 minute to go, going down the field and putting together a nice drive. So, Kevin, your final thoughts on tonight's game?
Yeah, I think we, unfortunately the scoreboard says what it is, and it is what it is, but Stephenville, that first half, their first team offense and defense, they showed they are the real deal, and give credit to them. They're a good football team, and, we kind of tried to punch back and do what we could do, and unfortunately we didn't get any momentum there till the second half, but, there's still, it's a game to kind of measure yourself from, and, there's a lot of things we can learn and take from this game, and they'll watch film tomorrow, and they'll enjoy the week off next week, kind of get healed up and get back to the grind and be ready for the Badgers here in a couple of weeks.
All right, so, they get a couple weeks off here, chance to rest up a little bit and lick some of your wounds, and then be ready for another district matchup against Lampasas, who played a close one with Burnett tonight, and I believe Lampasas pulled it out, and they're now 1-1 in district play. All right, Kevin, well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Ben. I appreciate the opportunity, as always.
All right, thanks to Kirk Nowaker as our camera operator. Big thanks to Roy Lennick back at the studio as a producer engineer, and thank our sponsors, First United Bank, Hill Country Collision, Lakeshores Church, IBC Bank, and we want to thank Ewald Kubota. It's a final 65-7 from Mustang Stadium. It's KBEY 103.9.